And here we are, back for yet another Knicks game, here together again, guys. Happy to see ya. Vibes aren't great, but we are back like we will always be back for Knicks games. Let's get to it. Let's pick up a nice, easy victory against the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, the Knicks are dealing with injury, but we'll go through it here. Don't have a lot to say here in the pregame. More so about the Knicks, less so about the Nets, but the Nets playing a little bit better. Let's go through it. Let's go through it. Enough of the chitter chat. Let's go through it. You asked, and I delivered. The Knicks are down, but they are not out. The vibes aren't great. They're coming off a second loss to the Orlando Magic. Got stomped out of the game again. They are on this current streak of winning one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Not where we wanted to be to start the year. Not entirely unexpected, but because the vibes are so down around the team, because people are now freaking out and putting everybody in trade proposals to upgrade the team in some way. Let me tell you something. I came with all the Knicks gear on. Do I have my Knicks shirt on? I do. Do I have my Knicks hoodie on over my Knicks shirt? I do. Do I have my Knicks jacket over my Knicks hoodie, which is over my Knicks shirt? I do. Do I have my Knicks hat? Of course. Do I got the Knicks fuzzy slippers on? Of course I do. Because they need all the energy from us as fans. Because it's not going well. Not going well right now. And tonight, they will be without Mitchell Robinson. Good. Get him out of here for a minute. They will be, of course, without Landry Shamet, who has been, we have been told that he is out with a shoulder sprain. Okay. Better than being told straight out that he's got the separated shoulder again. He's out with a shoulder sprain. Okay. The Fleece had Knicks draws on. I do, but you're just going to have to take my word for it, Fleece. You're just going to have to take my word for it. I can't show you those. Roger G-Wall, what's up, Roger? Susan, of course, my man Fleece. What's up, Fleece? Manuel Ricardo? Is that you, Ricardo? Hold on, because, you know, YouTube, you said, already like the stream. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Manuel Mercado. What's up, Manuel? Appreciate you, my brother. Big Rudd, of course. Appreciate you. Justice's dad, Daniel Berry Sports. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I'm here giving them all the positive vibes that I could possibly generate for them, right? We got the Knicks gear on deck. We got it on deck here tonight, right? It's the Brooklyn Nets, one of the worst teams in the league, although they have been playing a little bit better as of late. But against one of the worst teams in the league, you need a bounce-back game. No Mitchell Robinson should be no problem. No OG Anunoby should be no problem. Tonight is a get-right kind of night. You're coming off a loss. Don't stack losses, stack wins, right? It's got to be the mentality. You're going to have ups and downs as the season goes on. The vibes are not great, so do your best to restore the vibes here tonight, right? I need good outings from the young guys because you're going to be without Shamet for a while. You're already without Anunoby for a little bit here. Now you're without Mitchell Robinson, but to be expected, he's going to miss some games. He's out with an illness, probably same illness Deuce McBride had the other night, but Deuce McBride is in the starting lineup tonight. Josh Hart will be in the starting lineup for the injured Shamet and Anunoby, so that's why Josh Hart will get the start here tonight. Chef Nick, what's up, Chef Nick? Always love to see you in the chat, my man. Appreciate you. But we are going to start where we always start. With the captain. Captain Jalen Brunson has been doing his thing. Rudy Pooty, what's up, Rudy? Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? You look 10 years younger, slapped you like, appreciate you. Chaotic Styles, what's up, Chaotic? Thank goodness for the Nets. They need a get-right game. They need a bounce-back game, a nice, easy one. Jalen Brunson should be able to get off and do whatever he wants against this team. Everybody should be able to get off and do what they want against this team. They're not a good team. But like I said, they have been playing well. We'll go through it a little bit. There really is only one guy you have to necessarily worry about, although Nick Claxton has been playing well, and we know the Knicks missing some size, is going to struggle in the front court. So we're going to be talking about the guys that I want to see step up, right? The guys I want to see step up. Jalen Brunson, we know what he's going to do. We know what his averages are. We know what his season averages are. He's a superstar in the league, so not much to really go over right now. Since he's come back from the ankle injury, he's looked like Jalen Brunson. It was him and Mikal Bridges versus the Orlando Magic. It was like them two. Nobody else decided to show up. Landry Shamet only played 3 minutes. I'm sure he would have showed up because he has shown up since the start of the year. Jordan Clarkson was pretty solid as well. He had his moments, but when you start relying on your eighth guy to show up and give you some things, and yes, I know the Knicks have been dealing with injury, but still, not a good spot for you to be at. Not a good spot. Big Rud said, just half a game over my Bulls. Up with that. It's early in the season. It's not that early in the season, I will say, but it's still somewhat early in the season. Greatest net ever, Joe Johnson? Is Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez, greatest net ever. Brooklyn net, greatest Brooklyn net ever. I mean, greatest net ever is Dr. J, right? You got him, you got Jason Kidd. You got some dudes. But Jalen Brunson, we know what we're going to get from Jalen Brunson on a night-to-night basis because that's what he is. Charles Austin, what's up, Charles? Appreciate you, my man. We know what Jalen Brunson is going to give us. So we don't have much to say about it. Vince Carter, too. Great point, Roger G. Well, Vince Carter, too. But Karl-Anthony Towns has been the guy we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. The news of Dallas start realizing they gotta build around Cooper Flagg, and they're going to be looking to move off of Anthony Davis, has people talking about an Anthony Davis, Karl-Anthony Towns switch. Anthony Davis is a better player than Karl-Anthony Towns. For sure, bar none, not even close. If my guy can just give us a Karl-Anthony Towns performance, we talked about it the other night. There's 3 versions of Towns, right? There's Karl-Anthony Towns, who's a solid basketball player. On any given night can give you 22, 13, 3. Like, these are his averages. On a regular night, this is what Karl-Anthony Towns is giving you. On a bad night, which is what we've seen a lot more this season so far than we did last year, we're getting low villages. He downgrades from Towns to villages. And that's the guy who has the average sitting at 32% from three-point range, which is disgusting. Under 45% from the field, which is not good for a big man, right? We know the touch is still there. He's going to go on a heater at some point this year. But boy, oh boy, do I need you to heat up Karl-Anthony Towns, especially with the Knicks out OG Anunoby, especially since Jalen Brunson missed 2 games, especially since Mitchell Robinson's going to be in and out of the lineup, especially since our guy Landry Shamet went down, and he's probably going to be out for a while. Right? I'm not even relying on him to come back this season. That's how much my thought process is. I just need our healthy guys to step up. And brother, you are supposed to be the other alongside Jalen Brunson, and you have not been that this year. We've gotten far more villages than we have gotten what I like to refer to as big cities. Because when he gets it going, there is nobody in the league who could really stay in front of him. There's nobody in the league who can really guard him because he can step out to 3. He got you in the little mid-post. He got you with the little pump fake, pivot, spin, step-through layups. He's got you in the paint being a big body. He's got you grabbing rebounds, assisting, passing, moving, knocking down free throw shots. When it's going right, it's going right. But it has not gone right far too often this year. 32% from three-point range is disgusting for one of the best shooters in the league. He's just flat out one of the better shooters in the league. And he's getting good open looks. He's just not knocking them down. So I need him to have even if he just gives us a Karl-Anthony Towns performance tonight. I'm not asking for big cities to make an appearance tonight, although it would be nice. I just need Karl-Anthony Towns to show up. We go over to OG Anunoby, who obviously we know has been out for a while, and he's going to continue to be out for a while. Hopefully he comes back soon, because when OG Anunoby plays, we talked about it a couple of years ago when they initially made that trade for him. Then he went down with like the bone spurs in his elbow, and he missed like a month and a half or something like that. We talked about it then. OG Anunoby is the puzzle piece that makes everything work for this Knicks team. And that continues to be true a year and a half, 2 years later here. Everything makes more sense when OG Anunoby is out there. When he's not out there, boy, oh boy, do they look ugly. The offense sputters a little bit. Not even a little bit. The offense starts to sputter. The defense completely collapses. There has been no defense. The defense has not existed since OG Anunoby went down with the injury. So, as he continues to be out, hopefully they can figure some things out to patchwork the defense a little bit, and then when he comes back, we're stronger for it. But as of right now, it's not looking good. Shot Collins, what's up, Shot Collins? Appreciate you. Karen, of course. What's up, Karen? the Flea's X factor. He is an X factor for this team. We get over to Mikal Bridges, Mr. Consistent. He's been solid, continues to be solid. Do we want him to step up and give us more? We do. Has he stepped up and given us more? Not really. He's given us more of the same. But as long as he's giving us more of the same, I can't really complain too much about Mikal Bridges. Is the defense as advertised going back to his time in Phoenix? Not really. Not really. It's kind of not falling off a cliff, but not nearly the one-on-one defender he used to be, which is okay. At least there should be when you got Mitchell Robinson in the back and OG Anunoby on the wings and Josh Hart and Landry Shamet filling in. But then all of a sudden you look around and Mitchell Robinson's out and OG Anunoby's out and Landry Shamet is out. And Josh Hart's not the same defender that he was. And every time you look up, Josh Hart holding a different body part thinking like, oh man, is he banged up yet again? This team's been through a little bit here. And a lot is falling on Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges' shoulders defensively. And Karl-Anthony Towns is not that level of defender to help hold some water from Mikal Bridges. And Mikal Bridges, not the level of defender he used to be, which should be okay alongside the other defenders that he should be alongside of. But when he's not, and he's out there on an island, and he's got to clean up a lot, it's not working out. It's not working out. And again, he's playing fine. I really don't have a ton of complaints. 2 steals a game, almost a block a game. He's getting the stocks. He's being a defensive playmaker, and which is nice. He's not. I wouldn't qualify Mikal Bridges as being bad defensively this year at all. At all. He is asked to do a lot. And when OG Anunoby went down, his responsibilities defensively skyrocketed, and that's not really going to work out. And it hasn't worked out. Mitchell Robinson's out today with an illness. You know what? After that performance against Orlando, go sit on the bench and think about what you did, big dog. Because that was a pathetic performance you had against the Orlando Magic. You allowed Franz Wagner to just sit you down, and he took your lunch from you. He took the chicken right out your fridge, ate it in front of you, put the bones on the floor, and said, you go ahead, clean that up. I'm going to be out of here. And you were left sitting there having to clean up the mess that you allowed Franz Wagner to make in front of you. Like, what was that performance? You're supposed to be the guy defensively. And you had the one, and I get it, that's difficult. That was a tough spot to put Mitchell Robinson in the sense that now he's the best matchup suddenly against Franz Wagner because all your wings are down, right? Shamet goes out 3 minutes into the game, so I get it. He shouldn't be reliant upon to stop Franz Wagner. But not only did you not stop Franz Wagner, which I get it, is tough. He's hooping right now. He's playing extremely well. But he didn't even feel you out there. You were not a bother. He did not have to think twice like, oh, Mitch is in the paint. Maybe I might have to settle for some more floaters today. Maybe I might not be able to get all the way to. He said, nah, I'm going to go all the way to the paint. I'm going to get you in foul trouble early. I'm going to bring you out to the perimeter. I'm going to knock down threes. I'm going to spin off of you, get easy layups in the paint. Like, where were you at all? You weren't there on the boards. You weren't there defensively. And if those two things aren't there for you, Big Mitch, what are you out there for? Because it definitely ain't for this, for your measly 4 points a game. It ain't for that. It ain't for the fact that you haven't hit a free throw all year. It ain't for that either. So what were you out there for? Because the defense wasn't there and the rebounding wasn't there either. What were you out there for? Right? Now, he's out with an illness today. Probably caught a little bit of a bug. And like I said, cool, fine. Go ahead, sit down because you got some things to work through. Ricardo Brothway. What's up, Ricardo? Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Why's my phone going off so loud? My goodness. These spam phone calls. Multi-power down? Is that MBM? My man MBM? That's got to be MBM. I recognize the, yes, it is. Yes, it is, my man MBM. I recognize your channel icon. What's up, MBM? They changed the way your names appear on the stream, so I see multi-power down. I know you as MBM. Appreciate you, MBM. Appreciate you, my man. But Mitchell Robinson, where have you been, brother? Where have you been? And you guys know I'm a huge, probably the #1 supporter of Big Mitch. I defend Big Mitch on a nightly basis. There is no defending Big Mitch last night. Not last night, but the other night when they got smoked by the Magic. Because he was a complete non-factor defensively. And if you're a non-factor defensively, what are you out there for? Because it ain't for the offense. I'll tell you that. It ain't for the offense. The Flea said no makes from the foul line. That's crazy, man. To be fair, it's only been like 4 attempts, 5 attempts, something like that. It hasn't been a lot. But he's 0 for 4, 0 for 5, or whatever it is. Lionel Moniz was a Lionel. Fourth quarter collapse. Mitch was on MIA. He was MIA the whole game. The only reason he was out there was the stack of fouls, fouling Franz Wagner. Frank Juarez, what's up, Frank? Basketball Jones, what's up, Basketball Jones? Do you do score predictions? If so, what's yours? Not really. I mean, I think score predictions are silly. How am I supposed to predict the score? I don't know how they're going to come out. Are they going to make every three they're going to take tonight? Is it going to be that kind of night? Or is it going to be the kind of night where we're going to slog through the offense? Who knows? Who knows with this team? They're so volatile. We go over to Josh Hart, who's getting his first start of the season here tonight. We know Josh Hart started pretty much every game last year. Tom Thibodeau refused to move him to the bench until his job was on the line, and then ultimately it cost him his job, his over-reliance on Josh Hart. But Josh Hart is a quality starting player in this league. 9 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists so far this year. He's shooting the lights out of the ball for Josh Hart standards, which is nice, which is cool. It is against the Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully the lack of size we have tonight isn't going to kill us. K. Hazy, Mark, what's up, everybody? What's up? Manuel said, he fan here, but tonight I am rooting for the Knicks. Appreciate you, Manuel. Appreciate you, man. I respect that. Josh Hart, do Josh Hart things tonight. Every time I watch Josh Hart, every game, he's like holding a different body part and he's hurting. I hope he's healthy as the season goes on. He can get healthy as the season goes on. Usually not how it goes. You usually get worn down and beaten down as the season goes on, but he came into the season worn and beaten down. So I know what Josh Hart's capable of. He may be on triple-double watch here tonight in his first start. So Kevin P, what's up, Kev? Do Gucci, what's up, Do Gucci? Veridify, what's up, Veridify? Tibbs refused to sub him till his hair fell out. I mean, his hair was already gone. We go over to Deuce McBride, who was out the other night with an illness. He is in the starting lineup tonight. Cool. Hopefully he plays well tonight. I like when Deuce McBride is able to play alongside Jalen Brunson. I think that is when our defense could be at its best, but that's usually should be alongside Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby. And then you have Deuce McBride out there as well. And then you could fill it in with like either Josh Hart or Mikal Bridges or whoever. But when those three guys are out there, it's usually pretty solid front there. No Mitchell Robinson, no OG Anunoby. Deuce McBride's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting as a perimeter defender. Against the Brooklyn Knights, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But this team has been so bad defensively as of late that you know. Hopefully Deuce McBride has a good night tonight. Good return game back. We saw the impact of losing him the other night against the Magic. They really didn't have any, and then especially after Shamet went down, they really didn't have anybody to guard the point of attack, and it was just straight line drives all night long. Hopefully Deuce can help with that a little bit. It would also help. It's also going to help playing a worse team in the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Like I said, it's a get-right game. It's a get-right game. Jordan Clarkson had a pretty good overall night. Like, the numbers backed up that he had a pretty good overall night against the Brooklyn Nets. But, some silly plays and whatnot. But, again, we shouldn't be overly reliant on Jordan Clarkson to come into the game and fix everything and be a huge boost off the bench. Like, that is an occasional rare thing off the bench that he'll give us. But we shouldn't be reliant upon it. It should be icing on the cake. He should be able to come into the game and give us some solid minutes from a vet guard who can get a basket, who can play make a little bit, and he plays hard defensively. But once he starts getting into the 25-ish minute range, that's when it's all going to go down the drain. Because now you're relying on him way too much for a team that's looking to actually compete for a championship. Get over to Landry Shamet. Get right, brother. Get right. Because as much as we talked about, maybe Mike Brown's relying on Landry Shamet a little too much. I'll tell you why he was relying on him too much. It's because everybody else, I don't know, has either been stable and not stepping up or actively stepping down. And Landry Shamet was one of the guys like, oh, y'all gonna step down? All right, here's another opportunity. And he took that opportunity and ran with it. Almost 45% from three-point range this year. Was playing fantastic, was playing his role to a T. And then, of course, it all has to go downhill with the shoulder injury. Now, it was listed as a shoulder sprain, which is why he's out tonight, right? The injury report labels it as a shoulder sprain and not a dislocated or separated shoulder, which I feel like they would definitely tell Knicks fans that. They would report that. So hopefully it's at most a month, maybe a month and a half, and he's back and okay, and we can get him right again. But I'm not relying on it, right? Not relying on it. NBM said, pleasantly surprised on JC. He will settle in playoff time. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. It's just when you start relying on him too much, that's when you're going to get the bad side of Jordan Clarkson, right? And the Knicks, obviously, with all the injuries, had to rely on him had to rely on him way too much in that Magic game, and you could see the flaws start to come out. Because he was playing fine. Anthony, G&T, what's up, Anthony? He was playing fine in that Magic game. But the more you play, the more bad you see out of Jordan Clarkson, right? And it wasn't just offensively. It was defensively. You go over to Gershon Yabusele, no Mitchell Robinson, no OG Anunoby. What do you got for me? What do you got for me, Big Yabu? This is your opportunity, right? We could say there was a lack of opportunity to start the year because of how much more roster turnover there was as part of the Knicks bench. We could say all of that, and there wasn't a ton of opportunity for you to really get acclimated with this team and with this play style, right? We could give you all the excuses. The excuses are gone. It is now November 24th. We are approaching the end of the month. We are about to be in December. It is holiday season. I need you to figure it out because now we're down Robinson, which to be expected, even though it's with an illness tonight. But now you're down Shamet. Now you're down Anunoby. Where are you, Yabu? You better step up. You better step up, or else your head will be on the trade block and we will be shipping you up out of here. Looking for an upgrade. We get over to the Brooklyn Nets now. And there isn't a lot to say about the Brooklyn Nets that hasn't already been said in previous pre-games. You get Cam Thomas, who's still out with the hamstring injury. Okay, Cam Thomas, solid, fine, good basketball player, all the things. He's not playing tonight. We get over to Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. is having a damn impressive statistical season. 25 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 48.5% from the field, 37.5% from three-point range, only 2.2 turnovers for a guy who is like the only offensive threat on this team right now, especially without Cam Thomas. I will say it is impressive to have a career high in usage and still have his percentages stay normal. Usually it goes the other way, and you get who is a really good role player on a championship contending team get traded to one of the worst teams in the league, and usually, like, now that the usage is going to go high, which is usually what the star role players always wanted, now he's the 1A go-to guy, usually you'll see the percentages start to plummet. It hasn't plummeted so far for MPJ. He's still getting busy. And the shots and the scoring is up there. Shout out to him. But at the same time, he's not helping this team win a ton of basketball games right now. Maybe that'll turn over. They are winners of 2 of their last 4, I believe. So who knows? They might Dugucci said he ain't no role player. Yeah, he ain't no role player on the Nets. But when he's wearing a Denver Nuggets uniform, they're competing for championship. Brother, go stand in that corner and let a real star cook. I'll tell you that. You put Michael Porter Jr. standing next to a real star player. Go stand in that corner, MPJ. I'll tell you that. NBM said Sham got 2. He will be missed. Guess we're moving on from him. Second shoulder injury, shooter's worst nightmare. That is the thing I'm worried about. I'm not necessarily worried about whether he'll come back this season. I'm more so worried about how he'll be able to perform after the shoulder injury, right? How much is it going to affect his shooting and whatnot? Hopefully he'll be all right in the long term, right? You get over to Nick Claxton, and I've been a big fan of Nick Claxton since he arrived in the NBA. I think Claxton is still capable of being the backbone of a good defense. The problem is he's on a terrible Brooklyn Nets team that is not, no matter how good he is not going to be a respectable NBA defense, right? There are some nights you could really go off. I think he had a triple-double not too long ago, but 15 points, 7.5 boards, 4.4 assists. Nice, solid all-around play for the big man. Nick Claxton's really good, really solid. Not a ton of talent on this Nets team to really take advantage of the things that he does well. Day'Ron Sharpe. Day'Ron Sharpe is one of the better backup bigs in the NBA. He's solid. He's really good. Especially as in terms of one of the best backup big rebounders in the league. He's probably top of the charts. He's a really good offensive rebounder. Doesn't get a ton of playing time, but he's solid. Buffalo Joe, what's up, Buffalo? King Free, what's up, King Free? We need to play better defense. Let's go, Knicks. Oh, yeah, brother. And I don't think they will, but we are playing the Brooklyn Nets. So hopefully they should still have a wonderful performance today. And if they don't, it's going to be a problem. If they end up winning by 5, we will not be happy. If they end up winning by 10, we won't be happy. If they never at any point lead by 20, I will be upset. But here we go, right? Day'Ron Sharpe is solid off the bench. That's kind of just it. Solid young dude, 24, out of North Carolina. Good backup big. Does it really matter? Does it really matter on this Nets team that they have a solid backup big to back up Nick Claxton? Not really. Not really. Buffalo Joe said we got something else going on today. Is Relic? Oh, what's up, Relic? What's up, Relic? Igor Demon is their prized rookie that they took. I believe that he was their lottery pick. He's been cool. He's been cool. Why is the State's from Florida State? He's not from Florida State. He's from BYU. I got to fix that. Igor Demon's been cool. He's been solid. 7 points, 3.3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.6 turnovers. Not bad. He's actually shooting it pretty well from 3. This was a question that scouts had of him coming out of BYU. He wasn't a consistent 3-point shooter. He's knocking it down so far. He is sub 40% from the field, though. But this is the context I have for almost every Nets player. It's difficult to develop as a young role player when the rest of the roster is so bereft of talent to play off of, right? He should have other good guys to play off of, and maybe that's supposed to be Cam Thomas and MPJ and Nick Claxton, but hasn't really come to fruition for Igor Demon in his rookie year so far. Hayward Heisman, does he have to play so far this year? I don't think he has a timetable to return yet, but he, healthy, is a solid role player. Good 3-and-D guy. Noah Clowney is another young guy, 21 years old, out of Alabama. He's shown some flashes. Percentages not helping him out so far this year. I have the same opinion. It's hard to develop young players when you don't give them an opportunity to play off of a veteran player. Right? Now they have MPJ, who's solid, who's been solid. You got Cam Thomas, who should be able to be a guy they can play off of, but obviously he's missed some time with an injury. Nick Claxton should be solid. But Noah Clowney has not. This is the time where he's supposed to prove himself. Clowney needs to show a lot more to prove that he belongs. He's 21 years old, but this is the perfect prime opportunity on a Nets team bereft of talent to show I'm an actual NBA level guy, even if it's as a role player. You have to show that you belong. Mark.TV, what's up, Mark? You have to show that you belong. And he has not shown that so far. He's shown some flashes of being sub 40% from the field and sub 32% from three-point range is not going to get it done. Other teams aren't looking at Noah Clowney right now, and they're like, ooh, hold on. If I can get my hands on that kid, could really be solid at the end of our bench. Nope, no one's looking at Noah Clowney like that yet. Not yet. We go over to Terrence Mann, who's just a solid vet on the team. He's just there filling it up. He would be a solid vet on a legit playoff team. He was a solid vet on a legit playoff team for a couple of years there with the Clippers. Now he's with the Brooklyn Nets, and he's kind of a forgettable NBA player because of it. He needs guys to play off of in order to really be impactful. But the numbers are still there. He's shooting 37% from 3, 46% from the field, averaging 9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. He's doing good role player stuff. It's just not going to help a team this bad. Not going to help a team this bad. Right? You get the Zaire Williams, who I have the same opinions about Zaire Williams as I had about Noah Clowney. It's difficult to develop a young guy when the rest of the roster is so bereft of talent to play off of. He felt like he was really going to start to figure it out. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? It felt like he was going to really start to figure it out last year when he came to the Brooklyn Nets for the first time, and it was like, oh, here's Zaire Williams realizing some of that potential that people saw in him when he was with Memphis. He's kind of regressed a little bit so far this year. Sub 30% from 3, sub 40% from the field is not where you need to be as a wing, as a big wing. You need to be able to have some perimeter game. The defense is solid, but not good or great. It's just okay. Hasn't really separated and shown that he belongs in the NBA. Last year, it felt like he took steps in the right direction, but maybe that was just end of the year fallacy that we read a little bit too much into. And here he is kind of underperforming so far this year. Time's going to wind down on you, man. You're going to be 25 years old in not too long from now. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? And the league's going to start looking around. And they're like, why would I take a risk on 25-year-old Zaire Williams who hasn't really proven much throughout his NBA career when I could just go get a younger guy? I could just go get a younger guy, right? Mark.tv says, let's get a big win tonight. Need a strong bounce back. We've been looking like trash lately. Yep. And if they win tonight, but they look like trash, people will not be happy. I won't be happy, but I could see the forest from the trees. But it's going to be a lot harder to convince you guys to do the same. Isaiah Gardner with the Isaiah. Syracuse playing really good against Houston. Game is tight. How's Kean doing? I'm really loving how Kean's playing. How's he doing? What's his stat line looking like, Isaiah Gardner? Let me know. I believe that's going to wrap it up. That is going to wrap it up for our little pregame coverage here. Like I said, not a lot to say about the Brooklyn Nets. They are one of the worst teams in the league, and they don't have good young talent to really evaluate. The best thing they have going for them is that MPJ seems to be really solid. Maybe he'll be a solid trade piece for them, but with that injury history and the contract, his value really starts to shrink. There's that. King Free said 20-plus points win is the only win I want to see. Very true. Fully understand that. I fully understand that. I'm with you, King Free. It will be a disappointment of a night if they stumble through the game and they end up winning by like 12. I don't need them to necessarily win by 20 because we know how maybe like a fourth quarter blowout will go and the lead will shrink and whatnot. I don't care what the final score is as long as they walk out with a victory. What I truly care about is that they very much clearly look like a team dominating a team that is now nowhere near the level. That's what you need to show against these teams. Outside of that, it's just whatever, Isaiah Garner said, shooting 54% from the field is the goal. I'm not really worried about the offense. Never really worried about the offense. Even when the offense is not performing well, it's usually coincided with the fact that they're not knocking down their shots, which, okay, you start becoming a little bit more reliant on the three-point shot. That's bound to happen to an NBA team. But you need to find other ways to win, and the Knicks don't really have any other ways to win outside of playing well offensively, right? Mark.tv said, just play a good game and cut down on the BS. Yeah, short and to the point, Mark.tv. I agree with you. Big Red said, then the Nets and the Wizards were assembled to help teams get off the losing. Yeah. I mean, these are teams assembled to lose, right? They are assembled to lose. So, in theory, it should help other teams that are actively trying to win. It should help the Knicks in the long run. Isaiah Gardner said, I'm talking about Keon shooting 54%. Oh, Keon's shooting 54% from the field. And he's averaging 14 points with 3 rebounds, close to 2 assists a game. I've seen his highlights. I haven't watched the full Syracuse game yet. I've seen his highlights, which is nice, fun. I'm hoping he's a legit NBA. Chris Diner Osler, what's up, Chris? Hoping he's a legit NBA caliber player. He seems to be. He's moving like an NBA player, but still really young and still really early in the college season to really get a scouting report on him. Mark said they've assembled to save money. We got a couple of other games already tipped off here. Knicks will be tipping off in about another minute or two. But we have Pistons-Pacers. Pistons are on a 12-game winning streak? These guys are unbeatable right now. They're absolutely unbeatable right now. They're 14-2. Chris Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Clarkson, 25 points tonight. That's not a bad bet, right? Against the bad Brooklyn Nets team. That's not a bad bet. See Clarkson go off a little bit. They need some level of offensive performance from anybody outside of Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, I'll tell you that. Speed Demon, what's up, Speed Demon? Hope all is well. Everything's good. Isaiah Gardner said, is Mikal playing with the bench because he ain't starting. He is starting. Mikhail's starting. King Free said 3 points. Defense is terrible. 3-point defense is terrible. Need to get that right tonight. Well, they should get it right tonight for the most part because they don't have a ton of 3-point shooters outside of MPJ. But like I said, this is a get right game. I'm not worried about the offense or the defense in particular tonight. I just need them to look like a team that's on a different tier level than the Brooklyn Nets. That's what I need them to look like tonight. That's it. That's it. In whatever form that takes, it is what it is. The Brooklyn Nets are starting Igor Devin, of course, the rookie. Terrence Mann, Michael Porter Jr., Noah Clowney, and Nick Claxton. Okay. Cavs are also taking on the Raptors, and the Raptors have won, 5, 6, 7 games in a row, something like that. They're 12-5 so far this year. My guy, Sandro Mamukalishvili. My man, Sandro Mamukalishvili. Susan said, Yabu is the invisible Yabu, and Cat is just, did I do that? Not that did I do that, Susan. Invisible Yabu, I get. Unfortunately, I get it. Here we go. We're going to start getting it ready here in a second and ready for the tip. Like we said, Deuce McBride is in the starting lineup along with Josh Hart in for all of the injured Knicks. Here we go. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Let me be clear. I don't care if we win by 60 points. A win against Brooklyn won't impress anyone. No one's looking to be impressed tonight. Everyone's just looking for a get right, improve the vibes type of victory. That's it. Just improve the vibes tonight. Get a good, solid victory. Let's have some fun. Can Mo Diawara give us something? Will Dadier get a chance? You know, something like that. Daniel Tosin said, who's hurt now? Well, Shamet is out. Robinson is out. We know OG Anunoby remains out. Deuce McBride is back, though. Chris said, what quarter did Cat get his offensive foul? We're already penciling in an early offensive foul on Cat. We're penciling it in. Here we go. Getting ready for the tip. AP said, when is Robinson ever out? Or when is he ever in, you mean? He's out with an illness today, which is fine, because like I talked about earlier in the pregame, when you give that level of performance he had against Orlando, you just got to go sit down and think about what you did, man. You got to go sit down and think about what you did. Gigi said, I got Brooklyn to cover the spread. That's not a bad bet with the way the Knicks have been playing, I'll tell you that. I need the Knicks to show there are levels to this. They are a different level basketball team than the Brooklyn Nets are. That's all I need them to show. In whatever form that takes its form tonight, I just need them to show it. Terrence Mann bringing it down, hands it off to MPJ after the Nets won the tip. Get it over to Claxton, now over to Mann, coming to his left, hands it off to Demon. Demon up top being guarded by McBride, hits MPJ, cunt to the rim, throws a lob up, and Claxton misses the lob dunk. Josh Hart with the rebound, tries to save it to McBride, but gets knocked out of bounds by Claxton. Knicks catch a break. We'll take it. The Knicks could use a little bit of a break here. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson has it up top, coming to his right, off a Towns screen, stops, turns, spins. He's being guarded by Terrence Mann, trying to get it to Towns. They get it to Towns, being guarded by Claxton. Backing him down. No, he's being guarded by Clowney. He spins right off of him, gets the lefty layup to go nice and easy. Should be a nice bounce back game for Karl-Anthony Towns as well. Obviously, this Brooklyn Nets team not nearly as physical. Clowney has it up top, hands it off to MPJ. MPJ gets it over to Demon, now over to Claxton. Claxton left wing, high by the three-point line. They get it over to MPJ. He's got the size advantage on McBride, who's guarding him now. MPJ stops, turns, fires the baseline jumper, gets it to go nothing but net. MPJ loves that freedom. He loves that I can take whatever shot I want type of freedom. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Mann. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. Towns mid-post. Swings through towards the baseline. And they call 3 seconds. So a free throw for the New York Knicks. The Flea said Hart is number 5 in active triple doubles. I think he gets one tonight. He might get one tonight. He might. Should be a very easy night in that department. Yogi, what's up, Yogi? McBride 25? I don't know if it's a Deuce McBride night. I hope so. You're gonna need a bunch of people to step up tonight. Can't be all JB, who knocks down the technical free throw here. 10:30 to go. So the Knicks will inbound it after the technical free throw. They get it into Towns. Towns back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. They're obviously giving a lot to Towns right now. Towns tries to hit Bridges, coming back door. Josh Hart picks it up. Now over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his right. Kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson's going to fire a three. Well contested. Got it up at the buzzer. Fighting for the rebound as Towns goes up. Can't get the layup to go. He's missing a lot of layups. Towns missed an easy one at the basket. Here come the Nets pushing it the other way. MPJ gets it over to Claxton. Claxton leaves it off for MPJ. Being guarded by McBride. Now over to Demon. Demon being guarded by Josh Hart. Demon spins. Coming to his right. They show two. And they call a foul on Josh Hart. They call a defensive 3 seconds. So the Nets got one. Now the Knicks get one. MPJ, the foul line, misses a free throw. There's a guy who's a knockdown free throw shooter. Nice. We'll take it. Mark said, why is Deuce on MPJ? It was a switch. Mikal Bridges is getting the start on MPJ, but it was a switch in the actions. He was coming off the screen, so McBride switched onto him. They get it over to Claxton. Now over to Mann. Terrence Mann being guarded by Brunson. Picks up his handle, gets it back to Claxton. Claxton back to Mann, driving to his right, kicks it out in the corner. Demon a three. Igor Demon can't get the corner three to go. McBride with the weak side rebound. He's pushing the pace, going all the way. Lefty layup. Gets it to go. Good finish for Deuce McBride, who can sometimes struggle to finish at the rim. It's nice to see that. From the Nets, quickly pushing it the other way. Terrence Mann up top to Demon. Demon over to MPJ. MPJ being guarded by Bridges, coming to his left off the screen. Bending off Bridges, pushes off of him, no foul call. Fall away jumper over him, got it to go. MPJ, a straight bucket. Josh Hart bringing it down. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left, middle of the lane, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to McBride. McBride on the left wing, jab step, coming to his right. Crossing over to his left, putting his head down, attacking, under the basket, kicks it out. Good ball movement, good player movement. Bridges, mid-range jumper. How did they go? Good ball movement, good player movement, excellent offense there. Excellent offense. And a nice easy one. MBM said exhale, victory, that's all we need. Holding breath too long, true. We don't need a cardiac Knicks affair tonight, that's for sure. Terrence Mann has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Get over to Claxton. Claxton putting his head down, attacking to his left against Towns. Goes up, gets blocked from behind, but a foul on Mikal Bridges. A little too overzealous coming from the weak side for the block. 8:45 to go. It's going to send Claxton to the foul line for two. Gain no pride. What's up, guy? Nick Claxton at the foul line. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Susan reminding people the like button. Appreciate you, Susan. Appreciate you. Claxton goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson up top, fakes the handoff, keeps it. MPJ switched on to him, so they get it over to Josh Hart. Hands it off to McBride. Pump fakes, driving it down in the lane. Play with the right hand off glass. Can't get it to go. Can't finish over Claxton. Not a good finish for Deuce McBride there. We talked about him struggling to finish. They get over to MPJ. Bad pass. Saves it into the corner, though, to Demon. Swing it over to a wide open Terrence Mann, and he rattles in the three. Knicks now hustling out to the three-point shooter there on the loose ball situation. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other end. It's 9-7. Brunson, he's taken one shot, missed it. Has not scored yet. No, he has the free throw, so he's got 1 point. McBride on the right wing. Gets it over to Towns. Towns up top. Driving to his left. Through the contact. Gets blocked. No foul call. Out of bounds. Towns is looking for a blocking foul. Not going to get it. He's flabbergasted by the call. Pride said, who do you think is going to win? I think the Knicks will win it. They're obviously the better team. I don't see the Nets pulling off the surprise tonight, but Brunson off the handoff, steps back for a three on the left wing. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns battling on the glass. They knock the rebound all the way out, but Demon able to pick it up. MPJ Euro steps down the lane, gets it knocked out of his hands by Josh Hart. Now we're pushing back the other way. Josh Hart leaves it off of Bridges. Bridges in the corner to Brunson. He's going to pump fake, take the baseline, lean in, get down the middle of the lane, loses the handle, dives onto it, saves it out to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left, has it along the baseline, up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to drive it to his left, stop, all the way mid-range shot, in and out, can't get it to stay. Claxton with the rebound. Some sloppy play all around here. Claxton hands it off to Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann driving to his right. Town switched onto him in the corner. Noah Clowney a three. He's been struggling all season long. Continues to struggle as he misses that one. Josh Hart with the weak side rebound. Pushing it the other way. Cross court over to Brunson. Brunson jab step. Now driving to his left. Spins to his right. Step back. Pump fake. Steps through. Kicks it out to McBride. McBride coming to his right. Back to Brunson. They want to get it to Towns. They get it to Towns. Being guarded by Claxton. Gonna back Claxton down. Back him down. Back him down. Hit him with the drop step. Hits him with the drop step and smokes a layup. How many layups is Karl-Anthony Towns going to miss? My goodness, is this man just out of all kinds of sorts? Missing layups, missing threes, missing everything. MPJ off the handoff to get over to Deming. Deming gets caught in the air. Just a bad decision there for Igor Deming. And a timeout here for the Brooklyn Nets, a full timeout. It's 9-7. Pretty ugly game. Anthony G&T with Anthony. So far, the big meow looks weak. Weak isn't the word, but he looks bad. Looks bad. .640 to go here in the first quarter, and so far they haven't given us a whole lot to be excited about. As soon as the AD rumors got Cat on edge, I don't think the Knicks would trade Anthony Towns for Anthony Davis, for the Glass Man, for street clothes. I don't think they would do that. But, you know, refresh. Thank you, Mark. We will refresh real quick. Make sure we are fully caught up. After I sync up my timer, there we go. It says I'm fully caught up, but let's refresh the page. You know the internet be lying. AD's in a wheelchair. Yeah, I mean, a guy dealing with a calf strain this year, we know what calf strains can lead to. So, not necessarily the guy I would want to push right now. Look, Anthony Davis is objectively a better basketball player than Karl-Anthony Towns, but he's never healthy. Never healthy. Mark.tv said, no AD, please. The Glass Man, he's always at medical. Yeah. I get it. Look, fully healthy, Anthony Davis is by far the better player over Karl-Anthony Towns. Well, that's the thing. He's never healthy. MBM said, ugly is being kind. It is. Anthony said, as much as I hate Cat, please no Glass Davis. Yogi's Darnell, I forgot. My bad. You know, they switched all the names up on YouTube. My bad, Darnell. When the Knicks beat the Nets, they went small ball. I mean, you should be able to beat the Nets in any kind of way you want to beat the Nets. They're a bad basketball team. They don't really have a choice. They're gonna have to go small today. They don't have a choice. Student said MSG has no availability for wheelchairs. You guys are ruthless tonight on him. Just that said, is Marbury a top 5 net all time? Probably not. Just off the top of my head, I feel like that just feels wrong. But he might sneak in there at 4 or 5 or something. Nets don't have the greatest history of players, right? They do have Kidd. They have Carter. They have Dr. J. They got Brook Lopez, who I'd put over Marbury. Is a better net? Yeah. As a better basketball player overall, better NBA career. Brook Lopez still probably has a better overall career. Played longer, has more success, won a championship, all the things, but that's got some guys. They got some guys. Marbury may sneak in there at 4 or 5, depending how you feel about him. Brunson bringing it down. Yabusele is in for Josh Hart. Get over to Towns up top, being guarded by Claxton. Hands it off to Bridges, driving to his right, blows past the defense. Euro steps in the lane, kicks it out to Brunson. You just got to shoot that floater, man. Brunson now in the lane. He's going to have to shoot a contested fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. You just have to shoot that floater, Bridges. Kicked it out to Brunson, who didn't have an open 3, and then had to go one-on-one. Get it over to Clowney, left corner 3 for him. He knocks it down. What happens when you don't take the open shot? You gave up a good shot to get a bad shot. Just take the good shot. McBride has it up top. Coming to his right up a Town screen. Now they get it over to Towns in the mid-range. Puts up the jumper. Got it to go. Sometimes just take the nice easy one. Stop hesitating. Stop trying to back down and be somebody you're not. Just take those mid-range shots. Fine. You don't have to pick and pop out. Everything don't have to be a 3 or a post-up. You got other facets to your game, Towns. We know you do. Terrence Mann has it up top. Coming to his left off the screen. Driving it down. Kicks it in the corner. They swing it around the Clowney. Extra pass MPJ. Pump fakes. Brunson fly-by defense. MPJ a 3. He can't get it to go. Towns, good box out and rebounding down low. Quick outlet to McBride. Hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges a right wing 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound would have fell right back to him, but he started jogging back the other way. And now beautiful pass over to Claxton, who gets chased down, blocked by Yabusele. Ball finds its way back out to MPJ. Claxton with the offensive rebound, hits MPJ, comes to the rim for the easy layup. And the Knicks just not hustling. Just not hustling defensively. A lot of walking around for the Knicks defensively here. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? McBride gets it over to Yabu. Yabu hands it off to Bridges, quickly driving it down in the lane, slices through, kicks it out to Brunson in the right corner for an open 3, and he rattles it in. Demon bringing it down. Jordan Clarkson and Ariel Huck-Porty at the scores table. Nice to see Big Huck again. Demon up top to get it over to Claxton. Claxton coming to his right. Now gets it over to Terrence Mann, back up top to MPJ, being guarded by Cat. MPJ driving to his left, leans in. Stops, fall away, good defense, inside the Claxton, steps through, lefty hook, can't get it to go, but a foul on Bridges is going to send Nick Claxton to the foul line for 2 free throws. 4:20 to go. Mark.TV said, I am so pissed. Chris Baskerville's Clarkson time. Maybe Clarkson can start turning the vibes around. 14-12. Joel Palin, what's up, Joel? Appreciate you, big dog, appreciate you. DCL Love, what's up, DCL? NBM said probably need 35 from JB tonight. You hope not, right? You hope everybody can contribute and we could have a good night from everybody and we could walk away from this one being like, great offensive performance from everybody. But Yvette, what's up, Yvette? Mark said Yabu got kicked in the no-no. I didn't notice. Oh, yep, they showing the replay, yeah. Got kicked in the no-nos. Terrence Mann immediately went and apologized. Towns and McBride to the bench. Claxton at the foul line. Splits a pair. 12-15. 4:20 to go. Brunson bringing it down against Drake Powell, the rookie, the other impressive rookie. I might have to make a graphic of him. A step back 3 for JB, and he got it to go. JB starting to heat up a little bit. It might be just Jalen Brunson put the team on your back type of night. It is what it is. Daniel Tilson said this is frustrating. I get it. I do. Martin driving it down, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Rebound falls right back to him. They swing it around. MPJ, a straightaway 3. He's open. Wide left, a brick. Weird, awkward rebound. Found its way back out to Tyrese Martin. Back up top to Drake Powell. Powell up top, 1-on-1 against Brunson. Back to Martin. He puts up the 3 over Clarkson. Good contest. Didn't matter. Martin knocked it down. Mike Brown not happy. The Knicks just not hustling out the rebounds. Again, killed on the glass. Getting murdered on the glass so far. Mark said, rebound the ball, please. That just requires effort, Mark, and this team clearly shows they don't want to apply a ton of effort, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're not applying a ton of effort right now. Roy Valentino, what's up, Roy? Well, we're not going to give up a Porsche for an ambulance. True. I mean, Porsche is a little generous with time. Yeah, I think he's a Porsche. Porsche is a good comparison. Student said, I'm not getting upset because it's March. So good. You can clearly see I'm not upset. I'm just a little disappointed. This is the level of effort we're getting, right? Birdvice said, bring back Randall. We're good, brother. We're good. People getting nostalgic about Julius Randle turnovers is crazy. About Julius Randle boneheaded decisions is crazy. We're good. We don't need Big Julius. I respect what Big Julius did here. It was time to move on, and they made the correct move. It sucks it cost us Dante, but it is what it is. Bring back Devo. Now, that's what I'm talking about, Chris Baskerville. That's what I'm talking. That's the guy from the trade we need to bring back. Bring back my guy, Devo. The Flea said, "Y'all remember Claxton saying I personally never lost to the Knicks in 2023, 0-9 since then." Yeah, we got to keep that. We got to keep that tradition going. It's a nice Knicks tradition. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? I'm doing good, Bernard. How you doing? How you doing, Bernard? I'm doing good. Doing good. Hoping for a nice Knicks performance tonight. Not necessarily getting it so far, but King Free said, Yabu want more playing time. I say step up now, play better. I mean, this is the time. With all the injuries, this is the time to step up and show that you belong in the rotation full time and not situationally. Bring Dante back, the ragu. Yeah, man, I miss Dante. I miss Dante threes. I miss when Dante threes would break teams and clean up our offense. I miss it. I miss it deeply. The Heat taking on the Mavs tonight. You got Nuggets, Grizzlies, Blazers, Bucks, Bulls, Pelicans, Rockets, Suns is the late night Peacock game. Jazz, Warriors, Timberwolves, Kings. Not a ton of great games tonight. I think Cavs, Raptors might be the best game. Cavs with an early 8-point lead. Got the Pistons taking on the Pacers as well. Should be an easy victory for the Pistons if they can continue their dominant play. Bernard said, it's still early. Believe me, the Knicks will put this one out. I believe so. It's just disappointing. Clarkson brings it down and loses it. Tyrese Martin gets the easy layup. Clarkson hustles back and gets the block, but gets fouls Drake Powell. Tyrese Martin just picks the pocket of Jordan Clarkson. Just took it right out of his hands. DCL said, I still like Zion for Towns. Hot take, but no trade talks. No one's trading for Zion right now. And Anthony Towns for Zion is crazy, considering Zion has shown no tendency to play winning basketball down there in New Orleans. What does Zion necessarily do better than Anthony Towns right now? Karen said, it can be done with top stars injuries. Look at the Pistons. It can be. It can be if everybody's locked in and playing well. Not a lot of guys playing well for the Knicks. Drake Powell knocks down both free throws. Oh, I got the wrong thing up. Y'all gotta let me know. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by MPJ on a switch. Step back, pump fake, steps through, kicks it out. Josh Hart straight away three, wide open, knock me down. Knock me down, Josh Hart. Love to see that. Love to see Josh Hart line it up from three straight away. Been knocking down threes all season long. I love to see the confidence. Tyrese Martin has it up top. Gets it over to Wilson. Wilson hands it off to Powell. Back up top to Martin. Martin's been an issue for the Knicks so far tonight. Dancing with it against Yabusele. Driving it down. Gets fouled by Yabusele. Knicks have trouble staying in front of guys. They got trouble keeping guys out of the paint. Not good defense. Student said, John Morant is so unhappy. I could see him coming to the Knicks in the future. If John Morant can't stay out of trouble in Memphis, Susan, in Memphis, Tennessee, he can't stay out of trouble, best believe New York City is not the place for him to be. Namar, what's up, Namar? Hey, Hayes said, we got to stop fouling. I mean, they're fouling because they can't guard anybody. If they could guard somebody, they could stay in front of a ball handler. It'd go a long way to being able to not foul. MEM said, Jock can't come to New York. We have strict gun laws. Very true. Very true. Noah Clowney split the free throws. Or Martin split the free throws, excuse me, not Clowney. Brunson bringing it down now against Powell, the rookie. Under 3 minutes to go. We'll sing my timer up in a second here. Brunson coming to his right. Has it up top as Wilson switches onto him. Brunson hands it off to Yabusele. Yabusele hits Clarkson cutting back door in the lane. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. Beautiful cut. Beautiful pass. Beautiful finish. All around. Great play there between Yabusele and Clarkson. Drake Powell bringing it down. He has it up top. Being guarded by Josh Hart. Driving to his right. It's caught in the air. Kicks it out up top to Martin. Martin a three over Brunson. Well short, long rebound, flies out of bounds. A little over 2 minutes to go here. Here comes Clarkson. Brunson directing traffic. Clarkson coming to his right off a Brunson screen, putting his head down, attacking. Euro steps down the lane, trying to draw foul, no foul call. And then a kick ball on Clarkson. Ball's going to go back to the Nets. Really sloppy, lackadaisical play. Just really, there's not a ton of oomph or energy or verve or like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it right now. The energy's weird right now with the team. Don't like it. Just that said, Nets have 0 fouls. Would you rather be a fan of their efforts? Sharp is in the game. Hands it off to Martin. Martin down the lane. Leaves it off for Sharp. Sharp gets chased down, blocked by Josh Hart. Hug Porty with the rebound. Quick outlet to Clarkson. Clarkson on the right wing. Pulls it out. Being picked up by Clowney. Up top to Josh Hart. Being guarded by Sharp. Directing some traffic here. They get over to McBride. McBride coming to his right off a Hug Porty screen. Cross-court pass to Josh Hart. Driving to his left. Against Clowney and gets fouled by Clowney. 1:36 to go. NBM's sense of purpose is lacking. It's a good way of putting it. I'm like looking for the right way to describe it. Sense of purpose feels like a good way to describe it right now. A focus thing. It's not effort, but it's like the extra effort. Like again, I'm looking for the right words. I just can't find them. Brunson a step back mid-range jumper, got it. Feels like the Knicks are just trying to win this game tonight off of talent. You can't do that in the NBA. Can't do that in the NBA. Drake Powell has it up top. Driving it to his left. Hands it off to Clowney. Clowney pump fakes. Spinning to his right. Driving it down. Being guarded by Josh Hart. In the lane. Puts it above glass. Got it to go. Good finish from Clowney. Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson dancing with it against Clowney. Pull up 3 for JB. Well short. Long rebound. Battling for it. Out of bounds off of McBride. Good hustle from Jalen Wilson. Boom Pay said, you had the right word, lackadaisical. It is lackadaisical. It is lackadaisical. There's something weird about it. There's a weird energy. It is lackadaisical. It feels like they're just trying to win off of the talent that they have. They are a more talented team, but it just doesn't feel right. The team doesn't feel right. You know what it is, too? They're not imposing their will on this game or on teams at all. At all. They were doing that a little bit earlier in the year when they were really flying around offensively, but again, you have to have more than one way to win a basketball game if you want to be a championship contending team. And the Knicks are just showing us that they're not really a championship contending team right now. Martin coming to his left off the screen, driving it down in the lane, loses the handle, picks it back up, kicks it out to Day'Ron Sharp. Sharp, shot clock winding down, has to chuck up the 3 over Hug Porty, comes up short. McBride knocks the rebound over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart will bring it down with 30 seconds to go. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson has it up top. They show a double team. Get it out to McBride. McBride crosses over to his right, spins to his left, step back, pump fake, through, floater. Got it to go. Beautiful move from Deuce. Beautiful move from Deuce. The Knicks retake a 1-point lead here. 8 seconds to go. Drake Powell dancing with it, coming to his right, over to Clowney. Clowney a 3 at the buzzer. Splashes it. Splashes it. Not necessarily at the buzzer. Brunson's going to have a chance here. He heaves it from half court. Can't get it to go, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Knicks down by 2 at the end of 1. Okay. Okay. Can we get it going after this? I always like to say first quarter is the feel-out quarter. But here we go. Mark said they're hoping to win this in eco mode. Yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when you have a stretch of playing really weak teams in your schedule. Like, it's nice because you could stack up victories on your record, but then you start running into, like, good teams, and it takes you out of your rhythm. Because it's like, oh, snap, we have to try again, right? And then once you start getting beaten down a little bit, start losing a little bit of confidence, shots aren't falling the same way, balls are moving around the same way. You know, the Knicks, I think technically the Knicks' pace has gone up a lot. I just don't feel like they are playing faster with the eye test. I need somebody who's smarter and more vigilant to explain what's going on with this team to me. Gigi said everyone on the team is liable for whatever is going on right now. Let's stop giving certain players a pass. Who's giving who a pass, Gigi? Who's getting a pass? Gigi said people saying Cat doesn't fit this and that. Well, he fit just right in Minnesota with the true PG and Conley and Rudy. The only reason he got traded was because of financial issues. They got traded because of financial issues. Yeah. He worked fantastically last year when he won the Knicks multiple playoff games, right? Hit clutch shots against Detroit, hit clutch shots against Indiana. That series only won 6 games because of Karl Anthony Towns. So, you know, MBM said, "Is it coaching?" I mean, Mike Brown gets some of the blame, of course. Coach always gets a bit of the blame. The players get a bit of the blame. Everybody gets a bit of the blame. The front office, Leon Rose gets a bit of the blame, right? Where are my wings? How many drafts did? I mean, we've done the drafts 2 years in a row now, I think. How many drafts did Leon Rose just like say, let's trade out of this pick, let's trade down, let's trade down, let's trade down, let's trade down? Like at some point, just take the high valued wing, or take the highest valued player at the position you got. Sometimes you just got to add youth to the team. And now we're sitting here hoping that a really raw wing in Mo Diawara can give us anything. That a really young, raw wing in Pacome Davier can give us anything. You know? We're hoping and praying that they could do that. Part of the roster construction. Part of Leon Rose's fault. Mark said, I ain't passing anybody. Step on the gas, Knicks. They got to turn it up at some point here tonight. Here we go, start of the second quarter. Kolek bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Powell, coming to his left. They get over to Towns. Towns in the high post, being guarded by Powell. Back to Kolek, back to Towns. Towns backing him down, back to Kolek. Extra pass to Clarkson. Beautiful play from Kolek, just manipulating the defense all the way. Josh Hart battling on the glass for a rebound. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go to the Nets. Martin bringing it down. Being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Sharp. Sharp fakes the handoff, keeping it. Hands it off to Martin. Coming to his left. Stops. Picks up his handle. He's got nowhere to go. Hands it off to Powell. Powell pulls it back up top. Dancing with it. Pull up 3 over McBride. Excellent defense. Shoots up an air ball. Good defense from Deuce. Well, Josh Hart picks it up. Never mind. I thought it was going to go out of bounds. Josh Hart picked it up with a nice rebound. He's trying to pad them stats. Over to Towns. Catches. Pump fakes. Driving to his left. Got a lane, but leaves it off to Clarkson. Wide open 3. His second one. And his second straight miss. 2 wide open 3s for Jordan Clarkson out of the corner. Should be the easiest 3 to knock down. He's missed 2 in a row. Martin coming to his right off the sharp screen, driving it down. Kicks it in the corner to Clowney. And Clowney is third 3 of the night. Been struggling from threes. I believe he's 3 for 4 now. Josh Hart has it on the right wing. Being guarded by Powell. Coming to his left. Picks up his handle. Now sprays it over to Clarkson. Clarkson in the right corner. Being guarded by Clowney. Blows right past him. Bullies his way in the paint and gets the layup to go. An easy one. Maybe that could help him knock down some perimeter shots. Powell has it up top to get it over to Sharp. Sharp hands it off to Powell. Powell over to Wilson. Wilson over to Sharp. Clarkson trying to bring some energy. They need an energy player. I think that's what they need. They need a guy to come in and just wreak havoc. It used to be Josh Hart's role, but he is getting a little bit older here, and he is completely banged up. The 3 can't get it to go. From Wilson over to Josh Hart, driving down the lane. Smokes a layup. Here comes the Nets pushing the other way. Powell over to Martin behind the back. Pulls it out. Hesitates. Kicks it out to Powell. Powell coming to his left. Back to Martin. Martin hesitates. Over the top to Clowney. Clowney's been knocking down 3s. He puts another one up. Can't get that one to go. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by the Knicks. It's going to remain with the Nets. Gigi said, the slander has to stop. First year, he took the Knicks to the conference finals. Eastern, EC. I know he ain't playing up to expectation for whatever, but I'm glad he's here. Towns? Who? Clowney tried to throw the Towns to Sharp. Got fouled by Josh Hart. Mark.tv said, no positive energy. I'm looking for somebody. I need them to give me the positive energy. I'm looking for somebody to give us positive energy. Right, Mark? Mark.tv, right? We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. We need somebody to come in. We need an energy guy who just comes in and wrecks havoc. Who comes in and he's like, I don't care, like a Westbrook. But they don't need Westbrook. Like a Westbrook who's going to come in and just like, I'm going to take over this game. They need my energy tonight. Maybe they do need Westbrook. Josh Hart comes up with the steal. Good defensive effort from Josh Hart there. Oleg leaves it off for Clarkson. Clarkson's going to look to attack, driving it down in the lane. Pump fake goes up, gets the layup to go. That's 2 drives for Jordan Clarkson. He's still looking at the official for a foul call. He's not going to get it. He's missed 2 threes, so he said, screw it, I'm going to the basket. I like that from Clarkson. Martin has it up top. Get it over to Wilson. Wilson in the corner. Now over to Clowney. Clowney being guarded by Clarkson. Swings through, trying to draw the foul. Then he eventually does get the foul on Clarkson. Clarkson's starting to get a little testy with Clarkson's starting to get a little testy with Clowney now. The Fleas said, simply put, we ain't locked in. They're not locked in. For sure they're not locked in. We've seen what this team looks like locked in. They were locked in to start the year. Now they're just going through the motions. And that, that's a better way of putting it. They're going through the motions a little bit here, which is not what you want to see. You want to see this team strive to be better on a night-to-night basis. They're not really doing that. They're not really doing that. Gigi said, I need that positive energy, but Knicks can't win by more than 13. Clowney knocks down both free throws. Clarkson and Clowney still getting into it. Still getting into it. It might be Mike Brown. Mike Brown might need to provide the energy for this Knicks team. He's too laid back. I thought Mike Brown was more animated than this. At least with Tibbs, as Karl Anthony Towns drives it down against the layup to go. There you go, Towns. Get an easy one. At least with Tibbs, he was screaming on the sideline. He was getting on the refs. He was screaming at his players, trying to get them to go. Mike Brown standing over there with his hands in his pocket. Where's the animated Mike Brown I saw over there in Sacramento? Drake Powell, 3, can't get it to go. Bridges knocks the rebound over to Hart. Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down. He has it up top. Swings through down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go. Where's my foul call, man? They keep knocking us over. Where is my foul call? I will continue to bang this drum. How are we protecting? Why do 3-point shooters get protected far more than guys driving to the rim? Why is that? Why is that? Joe said, Clarkson fired up is a good thing. Sure. Karen Pistons up by 16 at half. They are playing the lowly Pacers. They should be up. They for sure should be up. The Flea said over there with his hands in his pocket. Get your hands out of your pocket. Get animated. Get down in a defensive stance. Start clapping at the team. Pointing things out. Screaming at them. Where is my animation? Where is my anger? Where is my fire? Right? The team is going to be a reflection of the coach. And I just, this was always going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing all season. And it's not that the players don't trust Mike Brown or whatever. But it don't look like they're 100% bought in with what we're doing. Gigi said, are we going to regret firing Schnitzerdo? Do you think Jenkins or Malone would have been a better choice? No, I think Mike Brown was the best choice of the coaches available. I don't think they're going to regret firing Thibodeau at all. Look, if we go back to last year, do you know what the Knicks' record 15 games through the season was? It was 9-6, which is what the Knicks are sitting at now, 15 games through the season. It was 9-6. This is not unprecedented. This is not uncommon. This is a team full of players who normally start the year somewhat slow, right? It's annoying and frustrating because you want this team to get off firing on all cylinders, and you would think maybe a coaching change would be the thing that fired them up to start the year. But it really hasn't been. Nixon NYC. What's up, Nixon? Mike Brown seems laid back tomorrow. I mean, he seems laid back here in the Knicks. I think part of it is Mike Brown he's not a dumb guy. He knows that the New York media and tabloids will eat him up if he's the angry coach on the sidelines screaming and hooting and hollering. You know, like they'll eat him up for that, especially replacing Tom Thibodeau. They'll be like, well, you're no Tom Thibodeau. Like all of that will come out. So he's kind of being laid back. He's allowing his team to do all the talking. But, you know. Anthony Ginty said, I hate to say it, but I think the difference is coaching. Well, what's different? What's different? The Knicks were 9-6 through 15 games last year. They're 9-6 through 15 games this year. So what's different? What's different? Nixon said, digging the fit. Appreciate you, Nixon. Appreciate you. It is the kind of night where they needed all the positive energy we can get. Swap through on the Knicks shirt, the Knicks hoodie, the Knicks jacket, got the Knicks hat on, got the Knicks slippers going. MPJ fires a three, can't get it to go. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Claxton. I got it all going tonight. Trying to give them all the positive energy. It ain't working out right now. It's 32-31. Kolek bringing it down. Driving to his left, gets caught in the air, shoves it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges driving it down, kicks it back out to Kolek. Driving to his left, gets it over to Towns in the post, being guarded by the rookie Powell. Going to throw up the hook shot. Going to get it to go down. And the foul over Powell. Okay. Okay, we'll take it. Take it. Give me the and one. Give me the free throw. Start building a lead here. Start building it up. Amy Machua, what's up, Amy? Mark.tv said, yeah, Philly Knicks. Philly Knicks tonight. Philly Knicks. They need all the positive energy I could give them. The best I could do was dress up for them. The best I could do was throw on every piece of Knicks gear I could. Paul Sterling, what's up, Paul? We're going to be okay. I do believe we'll be okay. Like I said, last year they were 9-6 through 15 games. This year they're 9-6 through 15 games. I just want to see them play well. Like, Towns knocks down his and one free throw. 4-point lead over Brooklyn Nets almost halfway through the second quarter. When you know the team needs a bounce back game is not really what I want to see. You know, I want to be excited. I want some excitement to happen. Demon driving it down. They kick it out to Man. Man driving to his left in the middle of the lane. Goes up against Towns. Can't get the layup to go. Battles on the glass. Grabs his own offensive rebound. Shovels it out to MPJ. MPJ gets it over to Man. Man has it up top being guarded by Josh Hart. Josh Hart knocks it out of his hands. It's going to remain with the Nets. Josh Hart, I will say, of anybody playing tonight, Josh Hart has been the most active and animated. He's trying to bring the energy, but nobody else is coming along with him. A little bit with Clarkson, a little bit with Mikal Bridges. But outside of that, everybody's just kind of going through the motions. Mo Diawara is in the game. What's up, Mo? What you got for me, Big Mo? What you got for me? So there was some confusion there with the substitution and if the refs were going to allow him to come in, whatever. Mo Diawara is in the game for Clarkson. Powell puts up the three with the shot clock winding down. Mikal Bridges knocks the rebound over to Kolek. Kolek bringing it down. It's over to Towns. Towns driving to his right again. Euro steps down the lane, gets in the air, flips it up with the left hand. Got it to go. Back-to-back baskets for Karl Anthony Towns. Terrence Mann has it up top. Coming to his right. Bridges switches onto him. They get it over to Claxton. Claxton driving to his left against Towns. Kicks it in the corner to Demon. Catches. Pump fake. Spins. Gets it over to MPJ. Step back three for MPJ. Left wing. Too short. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart bringing it down. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Demon. Coming to his left off a Town screen. Takes it out to Kolek. Catches it on the run. Down the lane. Scoop blade with the left hand. Got it to go. 11-0 run for the New York Knicks. And there we go. 8-point lead. Building it up. Vibes are coming through. Offense is looking solid. I like it. I like it. K. Hazy, Cat getting a little confidence. A little bit. A little bit. All I'm asking for is for the Knicks to just impose their will on the game. That's all I'm asking for. Just impose your will on the game. They're doing that a little bit here. Clarkson is back at the scorers table. I'm not sure if Mo Diawara was ever supposed to come back and come into the game here. He came in for Clarkson, and Clarkson was standing at the scorers table. Timeout here for the Brooklyn Nets, so maybe Mo Diawara is done for the night, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Russell Field, what's up, Russell? It may be a Towns game. It should be a somebody game. It should be a team game. It should be a full team game. Mark.tv said energy, energy, energy. That's better. I think Josh Hart is leading the way. I think Josh Hart is for sure leading the way. Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Let's like this video and get this man seen. Appreciate you, Miss Mar. Appreciate you. Reminding people of the like button. If you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, leave a like, hit that thumbs up button. It is by far more than anything else you can do the best way to show support for the channel and the community. Would very much appreciate it. Mo Diawara is going to stay in the game, and Jordan Clarkson's going to come in for Josh Hart. Okay. Okay. Kay Hazy said, Cat and Coley need to play together more. All our bigs could use some time playing with Kolek. Very true. Very true. Very true. Very poignant point, Kay Hazy. Because Kolek is obviously a pass-first point guard. He does look to get the big man involved. He is very good as a passing guard, playing out of the pick and roll, or hitting cutters going to the rim, rollers going to the rim. Him and Hug Porty have a pretty nice chemistry they built up coming into the league together. It would be nice to get him to play alongside Towns, maybe even Robinson. Throw Robinson some lobs. But the issue with Tyler Kolek is that he's another small guard. So you have Brunson, you have Clarkson, you have McBride. Now you're going to throw Kolek into the rotation with more small guards. This was always the issue with the Knicks' drafting philosophy of getting, like Kolek's a good, solid prospect. Just not sure it's going to work out here with the Knicks. Because where does he fit in when you have Brunson as a small guard, you have McBride as a small guard, you now have Clarkson as the small guard? Where does he fit in? Where does he fit in? Namar said, hopefully Anunoby and Shamet back soon. Not really. I mean, hopefully, yes, but Anunoby was going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, about a week ago. So we still have probably at least 2 weeks before Anunoby comes back. At least, I would say. And Shamet with the shoulder thing, not expecting anything with Shamet anytime soon. Terrence Mann bringing it down. The Knicks come out with Kolek, Clarkson, Yabusele, Bridges, and Towns. Yabusele did come in for Diawara after that timeout. Clarkson has it up top, hands it off to Demon. Demon curling to his left, kicks out to MPJ, driving to his left down the lane, tries to shovel it inside to Claxton, and knocked that out of bounds by Towns. Good hands. Mark.tv said, we are nothing without OG. Unfortunately, a pretty true statement. The numbers bear it out, unfortunately. Brunson coming in for Clarkson. Clarkson subbed out, then subbed back in, then subbing back out. Weird substitution pattern there. Demon over the top pass to Clowney. Clowney over to Claxton. Shot clock winding down. Claxton's going to put up the mid-range jumper, and he got it to go. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Mann. Coming to his left. Over to Towns on the pick and pop. He's going to pump fake, drive to his right, down the lane. Gets fouled by Claxton. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Towns at the foul line for 2 free throws. MBM said we need better shooters. Kolek would kill it on the spray. I mean, Bridges is a damn good shooter. Brunson's a damn good shooter. McBride's a damn good shooter. Towns is a damn good shooter. OG Anunoby's a damn good shooter. The Knicks have more than enough capable shooters. MBM said OG back in a month. I would be happy if we had him by Christmas. I'd be happy if we had him by Christmas. Hamstrings are not really the thing you can play around with. They will linger all season long, and that's the last thing you want. OG Anunoby dealing with an injury all year long. Student said the Knicks are coasting like a practice game. Don't use more energy than necessary. It could put you behind the 8-ball. You could end up in a dogfight against a Brooklyn Nets team you have no business being in a dogfight against. You need to be able to go into places and handle business. What needs to happen? Towns knocks down both free throws. 5:40 to go here in the second quarter. We're officially past the halfway point. Demon a straightaway three over Brunson. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Quick outlet to Kolek. Kolek bringing it down. Kolek over to Towns. Towns driving it down right past Claxton to the basket. Gets the layup to go. Knicks with a 10-point lead. Towns hit the floor. Now, the Nets quickly trying to push the other way. They kick it out to Demon. Towns does finally hustle back. Bad offense there from the Nets. They could not take advantage of the 4-on-5. Terrence Mann has it up top being guarded by Brunson. Hands it off to Demon. Demon driving to his left. Kicks it over to MPJ. Left corner three in the relocation. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Bridges knocks it away from Claxton. Towns able to pick it up. Here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down left side of the court. He's got Terrence Mann on him. Coming to his right. Pulls it back. Crosses over. Down the lane. Puts up the floater off glass. Got it to go. Now JB getting in on the action. Knicks with a 12-point lead. Starting to build it up. Starting to build it up is what you want to see. Under 5. Demon has it up top to get it over to Claxton. Claxton driving to his left down the lane. And a foul on the floor. Towns puts his hand up. Admits that he fouled him. Purposely fouled him. He got blown by Claxton out on the perimeter. Mark.tv said, handle business. We are the better team. Just not showing it. Yeah. Huck Porty is in for Towns. Claxton driving it in on Huck Porty. Scoop layup with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound, and we're pushing the other way. Knicks now playing with some energy and some verve here. Brunson bringing it down. I'm going to give the credit to Towns, to Josh Hart, and to Kolek. I think Tyler Kolek's energy and pushing the pace has really helped this team. Demon bringing it down. Crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Gets under the basket. Shovels it over to MPJ driving down. Gets fouled by Josh Hart. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. MBM said, Coach confusing me with his rotation style. Mike Brown has talked about how he hasn't been the best with his rotations and he could be better, and he's still learning the team the same way the team is still learning him and his offense and all the tendencies and all the things, and he's going to experiment and all of the things that we asked Tom Thibodeau to do even though he never did it. So there's that, but it is a little bit confusing at times. Freddie Hubbard Music, what's up, Fred? Late check-in, Shep. It's all right, brother. Better late than never. Appreciate you. It is never late. It is never late to check in with the Knicks. MPJ knocks down both free throws. It's still a 10-point lead for the Knicks. 45-35. 4:20 to go. Brunson bringing it down against Tyrese Martin. Brunson coming to his left and gets fouled by MPJ. Edged out Hart off the screen. Just that's a JB and Kolek on the court at the same time is strong. It is. It is. Anybody playing alongside Brunson will look good. Brunson's that good. Bridges middle of the lane. Pull-up jumper. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Huck Porty chases down the offensive rebound. Hands it off to McBride. McBride a left wing three. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound. Huck Porty had it. Lost it. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Nets. Porty got to get better at squeezing that orange. Tell you that. Does a good job getting his hand on a lot of offensive rebounds, but he doesn't hold on to them for long. Demon bringing it down, being guarded by Brunson. They get it over to MPJ. Driving to his left. Foul line, fall away over Bridges. Excellent defense. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. McBride comes in for the rebound. We're pushing it the other way. McBride on the left wing. Cross court to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, no hesitation. Three. In and out, can't get it to go. I love the no hesitation from Josh Hart, though. Love it. Here comes Demon. Demon bringing it down. Pull-up three for Igor Demon. Knocks it down over Jalen Brunson. Igor Demon being confident from three coming into the league. Something a lot of people thought he wouldn't be able to do was consistently knock down a three during his rookie season. Josh Hart on the right wing, coming to his left. Gets it over to Bridges. Right corner three. Good play for the Knicks. And Bridges continues to misfire tonight. Mr. Consistent. Nowhere to be seen tonight offensively. Defensively, he's been fine. Offensively, not so much. Tyrese Martin has it up top, being guarded by McBride. They get over to Demon. Demon being guarded by Bridges. Stops, turns, spins. Coming to his right. Off a Claxton screen. He's got space. Gets it over to MPJ. A corner three over McBride. Splashes it right between his eyes. McBride too short to really contest that. Is back to a 4-point game off the two quick threes for the Brooklyn Nets. McBride gets it over to Brunson. Brunson extra pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart extra pass to Bridges. We're going to pump fake out of really good threes and pull it back out and reset the offense. We had really good shots there, guys. So Brunson's going to go off a hug 40 screen coming to his right. A pull-up three for JB. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Josh Hart skies for a rebound. Josh Hart hands it off to McBride. Swing through to his left. Step back, pump fake. Gets it over to Bridges. Back out to Brunson. Shot clock winding down. Brunson in the lane. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. A little over 2 minutes to go here in the second. It's a 6-point lead for the Knicks, 47-41. Claxton hands it off to Demon. Demon dribbling around the screen, puts up the three. Way left, can't get it to go. Huck Porty with the rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Gets it over to McBride. Driving to his left. Gets fouled by Demon. Freddie said we're passing up wide open shots. We are. We are indeed. I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, if we're not going to trust Mo Diawara, if we're not going to trust Paco Mdalier, okay, fine. You're telling me we can't try Tosan and Moma? I thought he had a pretty good preseason performance. Was enough to make the team on a two-way. Towns hits Brunson, come back door, kicks down to McBride for a wide open three. In and out, can't get it to go down. Knicks, putrid from three-point range tonight. Josh Hart battling in the backcourt and knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Nets. 1:50 to go. D. Grant. What's up, D. Grant? Coach Brown is just experiencing. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. The Knicks have been lacking entertainment tonight, so much so that I'm yawning on them. Clowney bringing it down, and the Knicks foul. And they're in the bonus, so Clowney's going to get 2 free throws out of it. Freddie said, we do miss OG. Of course. Of course. James Cookfair said, Red Bulls all around. Can't take them Red Bulls, brother. Them Red Bulls are poison water. Don't be drinking those, man. Don't be drinking those. There's other alternatives that can give you the energy you need. Mark.tv said, wow, gave up that 12 points quick. Yep. Yep. Clowney knocked down the first one. D. Grant said, you're not cooking tonight without the red chef's hat. I thought the Knicks needed all the energy I could give them, so I threw on all my Knicks gear today. Clowney knocks down both free throws. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Martin. Coming to his left. Takes it out to Towns. Towns pump fakes. Back to Brunson. Coming to his right. Back to Towns on the pick and pop. Doesn't want to take the open three. He's going to drive it down instead. In the lane, puts up the floater. Got it to go. Anthony Towns playing well offensively now. Not settling for the three-point look. Okay. Here comes Demon. Demon has it up top being guarded by Brunson. Get it over to Claxton. Claxton shovels it out to MPJ. An open three. Can't get it to go. Claxton the offensive rebound. And a two-handed slam putback. Hit ahead to McBride. Now over to Bridges. Bridges then turns it over. Doing too much. Now over to Demon. Euro steps down the lane. Gets it up to go off glass over Brunson and finishes over McBride, who is trying to get the chase down contest. And it's a 2-point game, 49-47. We're under a minute to go here. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it up top. Driving to his left. Leans in, steps back, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hands it back off to Brunson. Brunson one-on-one against MPJ. Going to come down the lane at the foul line, throws up the floater, can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. NBM, we are not entertained. Not tonight. Not tonight. Jalen Brunson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Brunson knocks down the first one. Okay. Got another one coming. Knock the first one down. Way to knock down your free throws. I appreciate that. Jalen Brunson, please. Knocks both free throws down. 30 seconds to go. Demon bringing it down. The Knicks should have one more opportunity offensively after this possession for the Nets. Got to get a stop and a score. Going to halftime with a 6-point lead. I'll be fine with that. Clowney a straightaway three. He can't get it to go. Claxton skies for the offensive rebound. Has it in the paint. And a loose ball foul on the Knicks. Going to send Claxton to the foul line for 2 free throws. Hacking and whacking. Knicks Yak said, happy to be up at halftime. I guess. This has been a long game, devoid of the positivity we were desperately in need of tonight. Hopefully the second half gives us more to root for. Claxton misses the first one. Right? We needed a nice bounce-back game against these Brooklyn Nets, and the Knicks are going through the motions tonight. Just that said, I love when JB acts like he ain't going to go drive to the rack, but inevitably does at high speed. He lulls you to sleep. And he turns on the jets and blows past you. He's deceptively quick. Claxton does knock down the second free throw. He splits a pair. It's a 3-point game. McBride will bring it down. 15 seconds to go here before halftime. McBride bringing it down against Drake Powell. Coming to his right. Crossing over to his left. Lane. Pump fakes. All the way jumper for Deuce McBride. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Drake Powell picks it up. 3/4 score heave. Can't get it to go. And that would be the end of the first half. 51-48. Okay. Dre, what's up, Dre? Mark said, in a lull. Good way of putting it, too. They're in a lull. Just not playing up to the standard I would expect them to. Darnell said, win by 2 points. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, a win is a win. I'll be happy with a win, but I'll be satisfied with a win, but I won't be necessarily happy because I'm expecting more. The Fleet said, man, yeah, that's how I feel. The energy I could feel myself giving off to you guys, and I wish I could give you more positivity. You guys know I'm usually much more animated than I am tonight. The issue is they're just giving me meh. I can only give you guys what they're giving me, and they're giving me meh. And so I'm putting out meh. It's like, I need more. Mark.tv said, at least we won the second quarter. We won it by 5, giving us a 3-point lead. Cool. K. Hazy said, wide open Josh passes the ball. Wide open Josh passes the ball. Wide open Josh passes. Josh has been fine tonight, though, K. Hazy. Josh has been fine tonight. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's taking some open shots. He's 1 for 2 from 3. Fine with that. Right? There's a reason why he's open. I don't need him to shoot it every single time he's open. There's a reason why he's open. Teams want him to shoot, and he knows that, and everybody knows that. This is why you can't take the shot every single time you're open. Chris Sanders, what's up, Chris? Need Brunson to get 4 rebounds. He's sitting at 0 right now, and it's not looking good tonight because the energy is not there. I'll tell you that. Mark.tv said, you just keeping it real because we feeling it too? I mean, the vibes around the team are just not very good right now. I get it, right? I told you guys multiple times. Last year, through 15 games, the Knicks were 9-6. This year, through 15 games, the Knicks are 9-6. Right? But the vibes just aren't there. They're just not playing well. The schedule hasn't been all that hard. They've had some tough games in there, but the record should be better than it is. You know? Amy said, gee, why is the score so close again? Just get out of here with a victory. I'd feel happy about that. Nick Yak said, we look like midgets is why I would be happy to win this anyway. But you can play bigger than your size shows. You can play much bigger than your size shows. You got Yabusele, 6'8", and a big, strong dude. You're big enough. You can play big. We know Towns can play big. Got Hook Porty in the back. He could play big. Obviously, outside of that, we know Josh Hart can play big. We're missing OG Anunoby and asking why. I mean, look, OG Anunoby's one player. He's one guy. The Knicks, he's a very important guy, don't get me wrong. But the Knicks should not be an awesome team when he's available and a bad team when he's not. And so far, the Knicks have been a pretty bad team when he's not available. Like that's just the case right now. And it shouldn't be the case. The Knicks shouldn't be overly reliant on OG Anunoby, whether he's healthy or not. AP, what's up, AP? Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? For guards and Cat starting. Yeah. No wings. No wings available. I mean, you got Mikal Bridges, who's he's a wing, not necessarily a guard, more of a wing. But he is playing shooting guard. All of the things. Look, man. Look. They have bigs. They have guards. They don't have enough wings. They got Bridges. They got Anunoby. And Bridges doesn't play very big. Anunoby can play big. He's been playing big this year. But outside of that, you drafted Paco Mdadie, and in year 2, he's not ready. You drafted Mo Diawara, and as a rookie, he's not ready. You have Tosan and Woma on a two-way. He hasn't gotten in the game. He's not getting a chance. You look around the roster, and you're like, okay, where are my wings, man? Where are my wings? Don't have them. Don't have them. Yak said we needed OG for Wagner terribly bad. Yep. And you have no Robinson tonight as well. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't even really want to go through the box score, but we will go through the box score, of course. Pistons taking it to the Pacers right now by 14. Halfway through the third quarter there. Cavs getting beat by the Raptors. Raptors playing extremely well. You want to talk about a team playing extremely well right now? The Toronto Raptors, 12-5. Winners of their last, 6 games? 7 games? Matter of fact, let's open up the standings. Open up the standings real quick. The Toronto Raptors, 12-5, second in the Eastern Conference. They are winners of their last 7 games. 12-game winning streak for the Pistons is going to extend to 13 here tonight. 7 for Toronto. Everybody's on a little bit of a win streak, except in the top 6, everybody's on a win streak, except for the New York Knicks. Not where you want to be. Not where you want to be at all. Susan said, tried to tell you about the Raptors, Chevy. Yeah, I was down on the Raptors. You were higher on the Raptors than me, Susan. I'll tell you that. Bonsai Sage, what's up, Bonsai? Just tuning in. Is Cat dominating? Cat has been the best offensive player on the Knicks tonight. I wouldn't necessarily say he's dominating. He's got 17 first half points. We'll go through the box score here. AB said, the Pistons keep getting cupcake game after cupcake game. I mean, tonight is a cupcake game, AP. Tonight is a cupcake game for the Knicks. Where's my domination? Where's my 14, 15-point lead? Where's my lead by double digits majority of the game? You know? You play who's in front of you. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. And also during this winning streak, the Pistons had a couple of games where they played without Duren, without Cade, without their entire. They had a 2-game stretch where they played without their entire starting 5, and they still won those games. The Knicks can't do that. The Knicks can't do that. They can't even survive an OG Anunoby-less stretch here. Explain that to me. You know? Nick Yak said RJ and Randall having terrific years. They were always good. They always had good years. And the Knicks knew that. The Knicks knew that. They didn't trade off of them for bums. They traded them for good players. The Flea said we don't want to see Detroit right now. But we will be playing the Toronto Raptors soon, coming up. We do have a game coming up against the Raptors soon. Mark.tv said, yeah, they're winning with what they got in the Pistons. Yeah. Next man up. The Knicks have been preaching that, but they have not been executing it. This is a terrible Pistons court, by the way. Looks like a college court. AB said, when do we start looking at Leon Rose? I think this team is more than capable of winning games. I'm I'm not worried about the regular season. But while we're here, I like to be entertained, and they're not entertaining us at all. The biggest issue with this roster construction is the lack of wings. You can look at the drafts, sure. We could be angry about that, and we could tell Leon Rosie's got to be better at that, for sure. But outside of that, the roster is perfectly fine. Abe said I need a basketball man, not a lawyer. Of the moves he's made, the only offseason he's fumbled was the Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier offseason. Outside of that, been very good. The other thing he's not been as good at is utilizing the draft. The Knicks have punted on certain drafts the last couple of years for a multitude of reasons. Some of it was to save money. Some of it was to save roster spots. All of the things, right? It made sense in the moment. But this is something that you risk when you punt on drafts. You don't have young guys to go to. Right? So in a pinch like this, where you're down guys, you need a young wing who can step in there, who may not be a part of the rotation regularly, but he can step in there and play well for you and give you enough minutes. Right? Dadier's not getting it done. Diawar's not getting it done. And I know everybody's gone back and they said they drafted A.J. Mitchell and traded the rights on draft night. They, who else did they draft? And then traded to avoid the draft right, the salary cap stuff. But, you know. AB said Dave Checkers was the president, but he always had basketball people. You don't think Leon Rose has basketball people around him, brother? Come on. He's done nothing but fill the front office with basketball people. Now, maybe too many people, right? Maybe too many cooks in the kitchen. We'll see. Mark.tv said, why is it always a headache for us? Because it's the cardiac Knicks. They don't call them the cardiac Knicks for nothing. It wouldn't be the cardiac Knicks if they didn't make every single game a heartbreaking game. Win, lose, or draw. Bonsai said, I don't like how the quit last game. There was still time left to try. Not used to seeing that. No, they were not playing well. They were not going to come back and win that game. To recklessly have your starters out there playing in a meaningless regular season game in which they already clearly lost. They had no momentum. They were not going to come back and win it. We just watched a game in which Jalen Brunson was in and then rolled his ankle in like the final minute. It was against the Magic. The previous time they played the Magic. They were not going to come back and win that game when they had Jalen Brunson out there and there was 2 minutes to go. And then he rolled his ankle and missed the next 2 games. How did that work out? Right? We were all upset, like, why was Jalen Brunson still in the game when they were clearly losing? Right? Quitting, if that's what you believe they did, which I don't believe they did. I think they just got their ass kicked and they were demoralized by it. But that's not necessarily a coaching thing. Like, the players are out there on the court. The players, they're grown men. They're grown adults. This is not a high school team. This is not a middle school team. Bonsai said, I just hate losing to East Coast teams. I actually love losing to East Coast teams, Bonsai. Yeah, no kidding, brother. We all hate losing to East Coast teams. Doesn't mean we can get to be irrational. Come on, man. The Fleas had Tibbs mentality. Yeah, there's 40 seconds left and we're down by 14. Let me keep my guys out on the court. Who knows? We could hit 5 threes in a row here in these last 30 seconds. Let's leave our guys out there. Raptors taking it to the Cavs. End of the third, they're up by 12. Look at the box score real quick before we get back to this game. Towns has 17 points. He's 7 for 11 from the field. He has not taken a three-point shot tonight, which is weird, but I get it. Weird, but I get it. He's not been knocking down threes, so I get not shooting the three tonight, but you still need to. He's turned down multiple open looks from three. Maybe he just feels like he has an advantage down low. He's going to keep driving it. Got 17 points tonight. Cool. He is a +9 on the plus minus. Cool. I don't think he's necessarily played awesome. He's been fine. He's been fine. Josh Hart, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block. I feel like he's one of the few guys here tonight who's like hustling his butt off, getting out there, trying to bring some energy to this game. It's just hard when nobody else is really stepping up with you. Nixon said JB is a -6. I don't love the plus-minus stats, but yeah, we'll go through it. Lana Monish reminding people to like button. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bonside said, no, it was 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's a lifetime. Not when you have no momentum and you weren't able to knock down any shots, Bonsai. I would feel different. I'd be on your side if they were mounting the comeback and they were building momentum and playing with confidence, but they weren't doing that. They weren't doing that. They had no momentum. They had no confidence in that game. They weren't knocking down shots. They weren't going to be able to make that comeback. And like I said, that's a 40-second difference. The last time Mike Brown left him in there, Jalen Brunson rolled his ankle and missed a couple of games. They already lost Shamet in that game. They're playing without Anunoby. Towns was garbage. Mitchell Robinson was garbage. The only guy you had going was Brunson and a little bit of Bridges. Just get out of there with the rest of the healthy bodies you had. Get ready for the next game. Because there's always a next game. It's a long season. It's a long season. 82 regular season games. We're almost a quarter of the way there. We're 15 games in. This is game 16 for the Knicks. But here we go. Getting ready for the check-in. Mark.tv said the Tibbs philosophy, play them till the clock ends. Yeah. Yeah. Mark said, I'm tired of seeing this team start this third quarter like trash. They've been better this year than they have in the past, but it still remains a problem. Brunson bringing it down, start of the fourth quarter. Let's do it. Brunson gets it over to Towns. Towns turns it over. Here comes Terrence Mann bringing it down. Man, down the lane, Euro steps, layup, got it to go. End of foul on Karl Anthony Towns. If you're going to foul him, foul him. Come on, man. Bonsai said, I like the transitions. Appreciate you, Bonsai. Appreciate it. I'm trying. It's a one-man band up here. I do all the production, all the graphics work. All of this is me. All of this is me. All of this is me. And I'm hosting, and I'm producing live, and I'm trying. Anthony Davis rumors what's going on. Anthony Davis is going to be traded, and anytime there's a star player that is looking to be traded, New York will find its way to be mentioned. Brunson gets it over. I don't think the Knicks make a major move this season. They may make a trade, but I don't think it'll be a major trade. Terrence Mann brings it down off the Mikal Bridges mid-range miss. Mann has it on the right wing. Picks up his dribble. Up top, Bridges almost had the steal. And it is a steal. Towns a home run pass over to Bridges. And he gets an easy two-handed slam. All right. Nixon said, I don't want to see AD come to the Knicks just to kill our payroll and sit injured. Don't want him. Nope. Kiana Bryant, what's up, Kiana? MPJ up top to get it over to Claxton. Claxton being guarded by Towns. Claxton hands it off to MPJ, curling to his right. They kick it over to Demon, a right wing three over McBride. Can't get it to go. Bridges with the rebound, and now we're pushing the other way. Josh Hart on the right wing, bringing it down, putting his head down, has it up top, over to Towns. Towns hesitates from three again. I think Josh Hart just went, what's going on? They get it over to McBride for an open three. Way off on that one. Hit the backboard first. Terrence Mann with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Mann has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Mann searching for an opening, coming to his right. Pass fake, picks up his handle, gets it over to Claxton. Claxton's going to drive it in on Towns. Zero step with the left hand, can't get it to go. Looking for a foul call, doesn't get it. Here comes Josh Hart off the outlet from Towns' rebound. Go over to Bridges, extra pass McBride. McBride's misfiring all night. Can't get that one to go as he continues to misfire. Here come the Nets bringing it down the other way. Terrence Mann has it up top. Now coming to his right. In and out dribble coming to his left against Deuce McBride. Zero steps in the lane, goes up, gets blocked. Loose ball. Josh Hart picks it up, bringing it down. Hart, bounce pass over to Bridges. A terrible idea. Gets knocked out of bounds by Demon, though. So at least it'll stay with the Knicks. Mikal Bridges with 4 points tonight so far. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. We need some help, Mikal. We need some help. You want to step up for us? I'd appreciate it. Towns up top, driving to his right, putting his head down, Euro stepping, puts up the floater, gets the floater to go. Towns is realizing he can get whatever he wants in the paint. Hopefully the team realizes we could, as a whole, get whatever we want on offense. We just play our offense and move the ball around better. Claxton hands it off to Demon. Demon being chased by Bridges. Stops at the foul line. Gets it over to Claxton. Claxton, the foul line. Stops. Kicks it out to Demon. Demon a street over Bridges. They'll dare him to shoot all night long. He misses that one. Josh Hart with the rebound. Home run pass out to Bridges. Gets knocked out of bounds by Demon. Good hustle back for the rookie. David HI7M, 7RM. What's up, David? McBride is not a shooter or ball handler. He is a defender. McBride is shooting 40% from three-point range, my brother. Towns has it in the left corner. Demon switches on to him, so Towns going to take him right to the post. Down the lane, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges a right wing three. Knock me down, Mikal Bridges. Welcome to the game, Mikal. Welcome to the game. Knicks back up by 7. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. They go over to MPJ. Now over to Claxton. Claxton has it up top, hands it off to MPJ. MPJ puts up the left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top, in and out dribble, blowing past Claxton. Scoop play with the left hand, high off glass, can't get it to go. Way off. Good defense from Claxton. Terrible shot from Brunson. Here comes Noah Clowney pushing it the other end. Euro steps down the lane, takes some contact, puts it above glass, can't get it to go. But MPJ comes flying in for the tip, up and in. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hands it off to Bridges. Bridges splits the defense down the lane, takes it out to McBride, and a blocking foul on the Nets. Who's that? On Terrence Mann. Sliding over, trying to take the charge on Bridges. Daniel Tosin said, God, these refs are trash. They are allowing them to play a little bit today. It's been a little inconsistent, but not so inconsistent that I've taken a ton of notice. Towns has it up top. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges fires another three. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by McBride. So the Nets will bring it down. Knicks currently holding a 5-point lead, 58-53. 8:20 to go. Terrence Mann has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Mann gets it over to Claxton. Claxton hands it off to MPJ. Coming to his left off the curl, down the lane, gets swatted out of bounds by Karl-Anthony Towns. Unless they called a foul. They call a foul on Jalen Brunson. They did blow the whistle. Foul on Brunson. See the replay? Porter's at the foul line for 2 free throws. They were showing the replay. Did not necessarily look like a foul on Brunson. But it is what it is. Bad, wrong place, bad timing. Mark said BS foul call. Yeah, probably. But those happen. Those happen. MPJ splits a pair of free throws. 58-54. We love when our opponents miss free throws time and time again. We'll never not love it. Josh Hart on the left wing coming to his right. Gets it over to McBride. McBride driving it down. Stops, turns, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Brunson. Brunson on the left wing. And some kung fu fighting between Clowney and Towns. Brunson on the left wing waiting for Towns. Now crosses over to his left. Euro steps down the lane. A lot of contact. Kicks out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart puts up the three at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Brunson knocks it out to Bridges. Bridges swings through to his left. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hands it off to Brunson. Brunson's going to put up the three on the handoff, and he rattles it in. Finally, we got one to go down. There we go. There we go. Good ball movement, good player movement, good hustle. That's more like it. The fourth made three for the Knicks. It's been a putrid shooting night yet again for the Knicks. Demon down the lane against McBride. Puts it above glass. Gets it to go. Still only a 5-point lead for the Knicks as Brunson brings it down. Coming to his right. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart directing some traffic. They get it over to Towns in the high post. Towns fakes the handoff. Towns, pass fake. Still holding on to it. Coming to his left. Putting his head down attacking. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. But a foul on Claxton is going to send Towns to the foul line for 2 free throws with 7 minutes to go. Mark.TV said, got to get stops. I mean, it's been the theme all season long, right, Mark? The theme all season long. Got to get stops. Got to get stops. They've really struggled at that, especially with no Anunoby, no Robinson, no Shamet. Got to get stops. Not getting them. That's also another thing that we're going to miss with Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet brought it energy-wise. He was never going to go through the motions because he was almost on his way out of the league. He was going to hustle his butt off on a nightly basis. Without him, the Knicks are going to be really reliant on Josh Hart's energy, really reliant on like a Deuce McBride's energy. Towns knocks down the first free throw. Towns now up to 20 points. Yabusele coming in. For Josh Hart, I assume. Comes in for Bridges. Six-point lead for the Knicks. Towns at the foul line for one more. Towns knocks down both. Terrence Mann bringing it down. Mark.TV said, too bad Josh is playing hurt. It is what it is at this point. Claxton runs right into Towns, flips it above glass, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Brunson able to pick it up. Josh Hart hit the floor. Looking at the ref for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Don't pick up a tech, Big Josh. Don't pick up a tech. They get over to Towns. Towns fakes the handoff. Driving it down. Spins to his right. Against MPJ. Down the lane. Ends contact. Gets the layup to go. No foul call. Now it's starting to get to the point of like, where's my foul calls? Now it's starting to get to the point with the officials where it's like, where's my foul calls, man? Where are my foul calls? Where are my foul calls, man? Mark said, Cat gets zero respect from the Zebras. Like, ton of contact. Ton of contact. Towns is just flabbergasted. He's like, very clearly hit me on my forearm. What are you guys watching? The ref's just looking at him like, 2 points, Towns. Keep it moving. Like, come on, man. Come on. 65-56, a 9-point lead for the New York Knicks with going about halfway through here this third quarter. Okay. I'll take it. Continue to build on it, maybe. Maybe continue to build on it. Yak said, refs must have had the eyes shut. Yeah, they were blinking. It was an extended blink. They saw the contact and they were like, hold on. The light's a little too bright. All right. Oh, you made that layup. That's 2 points for you, Big Josh. When it was just a ton of contact. Buzzer Beater, what's up, Buzzer Beater? Appreciate you, my brother. Where's my foul calls, man? I will say, though, faster we can get this game over with tonight because I'm not impressed. Let's just pick up the victory and get up out of here, go home. Go home back to our families. We are back in New York. So that's nice. It's always nice. Buzzer Beater said we need this win. Man, yeah. Can't lose 2 in a row, and one of those losses being to the Brooklyn Nets. Can't do that. Here we go. We're checking back in now. 65-56. 6:30 here remaining here in the third quarter. Been a little bit of a frustrating game with the effort and focus that this Knicks team has been playing with. I need the vibes to return. I need a good feeling quarter here from the Knicks. Right? Obviously, we want them walking out with the victory. That is obvious. But where are the vibes at? Yak said, get it over. Nothing good except some kids getting burned. Absolutely. I like the minutes we got from Kolek. I thought he played well. He had a nice positive impact. But MPJ driving it down on Josh Hart. Fall away foul line jumper. Gets the nice friendly bounce off the front of the rim and gets it to go down. Tyrese Martin is back in. Brunson will bring it down. Brunson has it up top. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, McBride, Towns, Josh Hart, and Yabusele. Brunson coming to his left, over to Towns, catches it on the run. Euro steps down the lane, smokes a layup, long rebound. Josh Hart chases it down, gets it out to McBride, flows past Drake Powell, baseline pull-up jumper, got it to go. Finally, a shot went down for Deuce McBride. Hopefully that can open up his three-point shooting game, which has been absent tonight. El Tigre, what's up, El Tigre? Claxton has it up top, driving it down against Towns, stops, pulls it back out, picks up his handle, inside to MPJ, and gets fouled by Josh Hart. Josh Hart upset with the foul call. Kwame Robertson said, is Big Mitch in the game? He is not. He is not playing tonight. He was ruled out with an illness. Anthony Ginty said, that was a terrible miss, my cat. Sometimes you smoke a layup every now and again. Just can't be all the time. Just can't be all the time. He's missed a ton of layups this season for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Mo Diawara is coming into the game again. Yabusele checking out. They get it over to Claxton. Claxton hands it off to Martin. Martin driving to his left, flips it above glass, can't get it to go. Good defense from Diawara. Brunson with the long rebound. He's bringing it down. No one else really running with him. Brunson pulls it back out, over to Towns. Towns back to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, coming to his left. Driving it down against Jalen Wilson. Flips it above glass, got it to go. Double-digit lead for the Knicks again. They're up by 11. 5 minutes to go here, 69-58. Drake Powell bringing it down, coming to his right, crossing over to his left, snaking it back to his right hand. Good ball handling there from Drake Powell. Kicks it up top to MPJ, coming to his left, steps back, loses the handle. Ball going back to the Knicks there. Josh Hart has been like a saving grace for the Knicks tonight with his hustle and his energy, especially on a night where the Knicks are lacking energy. If it wasn't for Josh Hart, it would have been a very lackadaisical game. A pick and pop pass to Towns, and Towns, his first three of the night, he gets it to go down. 72-58, 14-point lead for the Knicks, their largest lead of the game. Here we go. Tyrese Martin has it up top, being guarded by Diawara. They get over to Powell. Powell catches, pump fakes, back to Martin. Martin settles for a deep, long-range three, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. And now here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. A little over 4 minutes to go. Coming to his right off the Towns screen. Stops. Pocket pass. Over to Josh Hart. Tried to force feed it inside the Towns. Bad pass. Turnover. Here comes Powell bringing it down. Mo Diawara guarding him. Down the lane. Off glass. Can't get it to go. And a foul on Diawara. With 4 minutes to go. Can't be fouling there, Mo. Can't be fouling there. You had him off balance. Full steam ahead towards the rim. You don't got to foul there. Nixon said, time for cardiac Clarkson. Yeah, no Clarkson so far. No Clarkson yet here in the third quarter. Almighty Alpha said, come on, Brunson, one more rebound? Oh, Brunson he did end up with 3 rebounds. I think he had 0 rebounds at halftime. Maybe it was the first quarter. He's got 3 now, though. Drake Powell at the foul line. Misses a free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Here comes Ariel Hukporti and Jordan Clarkson. Mo Diawara to the bench. I just fundamentally completely disagree with the substitution pattern of having a guy out there for like 2 minutes. I just fundamentally disagree with it. What the hell? What kind of rhythm am I supposed to generate in those 2 minutes? The hell is that? If there's anything about Mike Brown I'm truly starting to despise are these like quick shifts substitutions. I don't like them. What the hell is Mo Diawara supposed to do in those 2 minutes? What the hell? Here comes Brunson bringing it down. Powell did knock down that second free throw. They get it over to Hukporti. Hukporti has it up top. Takes the handoff, keeps it. Good denial defense from the Nets here. Shovels it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Jalen Wilson. Brunson pulls it out. All the way out. Now coming to his left, they hedged hard and brought a double team. Now they revert back to one-on-one. Brunson dancing with it. Mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Clowney with the rebound. Now there's a lot of energy and NBA action here going on. Finally, we're getting it. Clowney driving it down against Clarkson. Pulls it back out. Up top to Wilson. Wilson driving it down. Euro steps down to his left. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Does get it to go. Gets a nice soft bounce off the back of the rim. Gets it to drop down. And he'll go to the foul line for one more. Speed Demon, what's up, Speed? Saw you earlier. Didn't know Huck was in the game. Huck just subbed in for the game. He did just sub back in. Played a little bit tonight. Wilson does knock down his and one free throw. Back to a 10-point game. Josh Hart will bring it down. 3:20 to go. Josh Hart up top being guarded by being guarded by Clowney. Powell switches onto him now. They get over to Huck Porty. Huck Porty being guarded by Sharp. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson, pass fake, gets it over to Josh Hart, swings it over to Bridges. Bridges, a left wing three, splashes another one net. Way to get those 3 points right back, Mikal Bridges. Welcome to the game, brother. Welcome to the game. Martin has it up top, coming to his left off a screen. No look, cross-court pass. Wilson, a right wing three, too strong, can't get it to go. High rebound. Martin able to pick it up. They get it over to Powell. Swings over to Clowney. Clowney a three. He knocks it down. Noah Clowney's been knocking down threes today. He gets those 3 points right back. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Josh Hart rushing it down the other way. Lefty layup, got it to go, and one for Josh Hart. Josh Hart just putting his head down, going to the basket, full speed ahead. Again, the end one, getting the 3 points back. I love that. I love Josh Hart being Josh Hart. I'm going to get a full timeout here from the Knicks. Ronnie Saunders, what's up, Ronnie? Bring on Mark Jackson. I want you to ask yourself a question, Ronnie. If Mark Jackson was such a good head coach, why the hell has he not even been hired as an assistant coach on another coaching staff? I want you to answer that question, Ronnie. Almighty Alpha said, I found out how to change my name back to Almighty Alpha 01 instead of my name. Nice. I hate that YouTube fundamentally did that. Changed how it views on the stream. I looked it up. There's nothing I can do about it. There's no way I can revert it back. This is just how YouTube wants it to be seen during chat. Don't like it. El Tigre said, riddle me this. I just, whenever people bring up Mark Jackson, you never wanted to ask yourself why no other NBA head coach has been like, hey, Mark Jackson, you were a really good head coach over there in Golden State. Why don't you come be a part of my coaching staff? Ronnie said, because people are hating all facts. Yeah, all of the coaches that have ever been hired in the NBA since Mark Jackson was fired from Golden State, and he did such amazing job in Golden State, that no other NBA head coach has been like, hey, Mark Jackson, why don't you come be an assistant here for a little bit, get back into the good graces of front office guys, and then you can go get another job. Like Mike Brown did when he got fired. And he went to go be an assistant coach for a little bit. He was an assistant coach famously with the Warriors, obviously, right, with Steve Kerr, and then got hired as the head coach of the Kings, which led him to get hired to be the head coach of the Knicks. Ask yourself why he hasn't been hired as an assistant coach. Just ask yourself, right? Right? You could tell me the league didn't like him. That's why he wasn't hired he hasn't been hired as the head coach since. But just ask yourself, how come another head coach hasn't asked him to be a part of their coaching staff? Yak said, Mark, religious views and homosexuality is why the NBA is blackballing Mark. The NBA is not blackballing Mark. The NBA is not. He was overrated as a head coach. The second he was no longer the head coach, the Warriors became a dynastic team. If there was anybody, there's the joke in the meme of players on teams where it's like the dynasty starts after that guy gets traded. Mark Jackson is the epitome of the dynasty started when Mark Jackson was no longer the head coach. Literally the same roster. Literally the same roster Steve Kerr took over. And then they became a dynastic team. Ed Tigre with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Ed Tigre. Said, 'tis the season. Go Knicks. What up, Chef? What's up, Ed Tigre? Thank you for your generosity, my brother. Speed Demon, remind people to like button. Appreciate you, Speed Demon. If you're enjoying yourself here tonight, go ahead and leave a like. It is by far the best thing you can do to support the channel, support the community. DCLF said blacklisted. Not blacklisted. Just wasn't very good. And then he's also just a jerk to work with. Nobody likes being around them. He imposes his beliefs onto other people, which is not how that's supposed to happen. Not being somebody who you can work with does not mean you're blacklisted. You're just a jerk. I would use harsher language, but this is a family-friendly program here. He is a jerk. He is a jerk. He is something located between two cheeks. Nobody likes being around him. There's a reason why he was going to work with MSG as a broadcaster. before people were like, wait, we don't want to work with that guy. He's not blacklisted. People just don't like him. And when that happens, you're going to have a really hard time finding a job anywhere. Sharp has it up top. They get it down low. Claxton turns, knocks down the free throw. Josh Hart missed his and one free throw, by the way. Turns to knock down a hook shot for Clowney. Kolek has it up top. He's subbed in. Hits Bridges' comeback door for the layup. Gets fouled by Martin. Beautiful pass from Kolek. Beautiful pass. Stephen Pope. What's up, Stephen Pope? Now takes Brunson off. He is off. He is off. Digga said, I served him a drink and he didn't seem friendly. Because he is not. People don't like him. Nick Yak said he made a remark about homosexuality and can't even call games now. He can't call games now because he sucks to be around. He's not a good human being. He's not a good person. He is a jerk. I would use harsher language, but this is a family-friendly program. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the fact that he is homophobic. Doesn't have anything to do with that. Has a little bit to do with that. But it is not the reason why people don't want to work with him. People don't want to work with him because he sucks. Right? And he's not good enough at being a broadcaster or being a coach to justify having him around when nobody likes to be around him. Juan Pablo, what's up, Juan Pablo? Josh Hart's defense has been perfect. It's been damn good tonight. Been damn good. Wilson driving it down, hands it off to Clowney. Clowney coming to his right off a screen. Bridges did knock down both free throws, by the way. They get over to Powell. Powell pump fakes, going along the baseline, shoots up the floater, in and out, and back in for Drake Powell. Kolek will bring it down. Kolek has it on the right wing. Coming to his left off the town screen. Picks up his handle. They show two. Inside the Towns. Off glass. Got it to go. Beautiful pass yet again from Tyler Kolek. Been a lubricator of the offense. Mark said he's a butt. End of story. That's the word I've been trying to go with. Even an extended version of that word. Clowney shoots up another three. Can't get it to go. You know, if you're going to be that jerk of a person, your talent better exceed the BS people have to put up with you. And his does not. Towns down the lane, gets a knocked out of bounds on the pass attempt out to Yabu. Possession will remain with the Knicks with 1:10 to go here in the third quarter. Dre said, you cussed? When did I cuss? I think I've been pretty good dancing around it. Nick Jackson, many religious people have the same views as Mark and are otherwise good people. I don't think he's a bad person because of his religious views yet. That is not why he is a bad person and a jerk. Right? Before he had those religious views, he lived a very full life. I'll tell you that. CEO King said Starbucks is hiring. He's made more than enough money in his life to happily retire and live a very comfortable life, which he should go do. Go live a comfortable life over there. Boom pace and an improper BS to talent ratio, you say. Yeah. Good way of putting it. Ratio is definitely off. K. Hazy said MPJ isn't cooking us as much as he was last game. Well, he had a really good first half in the last game, and then the Knicks kind of shut the water off in the second game. They adjusted well. Tonight, he's been fine, right? Hasn't necessarily, you're right, he hasn't really cooked us, hasn't really exploded overall. Knicks up by 12. Mark.tv said, let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the game. Knicks up by 12. They're finally hooping. Holding a double-digit lead here. They get it into Towns. Approaching a minute to go here in the third. Towns swings through to his left. He's being guarded by Martin. They show two. Get it out to McBride. A straightaway three. Can he finally knock me one down? And he finally knocks one down for us. Thank you, Deuce McBride. Thank you, brother. Martin bringing it down. Martin gets it over to Sharp. Sharp hands it back off to Martin, being guarded by McBride. 50 seconds to go. They get it over to Powell. Powell jab step, coming to his left in the lane, kicks out to Martin. Martin pump fakes, driving it down, back out to Powell. A straightaway three for him. He's open, and he gets it to go down. Drake Powell's solid. Drake Powell, of the rookies so far, to me, he's been one of the most solid guys. I know Igor Demon's getting the start here with the Nets, but I really like what I've seen from Powell. Bridges driving it down, kicks out to Yabusele, right corner three. Can he knock me one down? Yabusele with a three. Nice to see Yabusele knocking him down. His first shot attempt of the night, Mike Breen says. Whew, finally. Clowney has it up top. Hands it off to Powell. Powell, driving to his right. In the lane, stops, pump fake spins. Kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson a three over Bridges. Well short, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Kolek has it. Home run pass to Bridges. Catches, goes up, layup, got it to go. Beautiful home run pass from Kolek. We got to look how many assists did Kolek have already. Powell on the right wing. Shot clock winding down. Sidestep three for Drake Powell. Got it to go at the buzzer. 89-75. And Tyler Kolek sitting with 5 assists tonight. He's been solid. He's been solid. Five assists for Kolek. 2 points, 3 rebounds. Solid all-around game. Solid all-around game from Kolek. Also, let me refresh my stream, make sure we are as caught up as possible. Here we go. McBride with 9 points. He's knocked down 1 to 3. Brunson is 3 for 7 from 3. Bridges 2 for 5. Josh Hart 1 for 3. Towns 1 for 1. He's only taking the 1. Just dead. Kolek a plus 10. You love those plus minus stats. Just as dead. Overall, the Knicks are 9 for 24 from 3. Michael Porter Jr. tonight 6 for 15 from the floor. 1 for 9 from 3 for 16 points. Noah Clowney's got 20 points tonight. He's 4 for 8 from 3. He's getting them up there. A solid game for Noah Clowney. Probably his best game of the season. MBM said still too close. Still too close for sure. For sure. Drake Powell off the bench, 11 points in 17 minutes. I think he's been one of the more impressive players tonight for the Nets. Young kid out of UNC. Clarkson only 6 points tonight in 11 minutes. Hasn't been great. Hasn't been great. 2 turnovers, 6 points, 3 for 5, over 2 from 3 on wide open threes. Hug 48 minutes, 3 rebounds, not much else. Mo Diawara 2 minutes. I don't understand the usage of Mo Diawara. Don't understand putting him out there for 2 minutes here and there. Don't understand it. I don't understand it. Just that said plus minuses for us casuals. No, not even for casual viewers. And you're not a casual, bro. You're locking into a YouTube stream of a Knicks game. You're a diehard, my brother. You are not a casual. Plus minus is just a bad stat. Just a bad stat. It is fun to look at, but you should not garner too much information from it. Yak said, Kolek, defense is fine. Also, fans go crazy after every score he gives up, like every player does. True. True. Very true. Kolek might be a little bit more valuable than Clarkson in certain matchups, like tonight. And Clarkson is going to be a little bit more valuable than Kolek in certain matchups. Those guys should be situational. Clowney gets fouled by Yabusele going to the basket to start the fourth quarter here. We got 12 minutes of basketball left. Let's see how it plays out. $89-75. Clowney at the foul line for 2 free throws. The Knicks start the fourth quarter here with Towns, McBride, Yabusele, Clarkson, and Kolek. The Nets start with Clowney, Wilson, Sharp, Martin, and Powell. Clowney knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Clowney rattles in both. Here comes Tyler Kolek. Kolek has it up top. Coming to his left, off the Town screen. Driving it down in the lane. Scoop play with the left hand. Smokes it. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Day'Ron Sharpe. Hands it off to Martin. Martin making it back up top to Powell. Powell driving it down. Spins to his right in the lane. Puts up the mid-range shot. Got it to go. Drake Powell's a player, man. Drake Powell, young rookie. He's a player. Back down to 10. McBride pushing it over to Yabusele. Yabusele up top to Towns. Going to settle for the straightaway three. That's the go down. Towns 3-point shot going down. He didn't settle for them early. Now he's knocking them down now. Nice to see that. Very nice to see that. Drake Powell has it up top. Hands it off to Clowney. And Towns jumps the passing lane. Comes up with a steal. Throws a lob up top to Yabusele. It was a bad pass, and Yabusele smokes the layup. Loose ball, though. Kolek knocks it into the air. And then right to Martin. Just come down and grab it, Kolek. Also, Yabusele smoking a layup. Towns, terrible lob pass. Here come the Nets bringing it down the other way. Knocked out of bounds. Off of Towns, they said. 10:30 to go. 10:30 to go. Mark said the plus-minus statistic measures the net points change of the player's team while the physical player is on the court. It does. But it does not take into account the 9 other players that are on the court and the situation and the time of the score that is currently going on. Martin gets it into Clowney. Clowney's been knocking down threes, and he knocks down another three, his 5th three of the night. Noah Clowney has decided he's just going to knock down shots today. MBM said the Cavs lose. Ooh, they lost to the Raptors. Knicks got a game against the Raptors coming up. Raptors appear to be very solid. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate transpirings here. Judge that said plus minus a hockey stat. I mean, in leagues and sports where there's significantly less scoring, I guess it would make sense. I'm not a big hockey guy, so I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure. I guess it would make more sense to utilize a plus-minus stat, or it would be able to tell you more of an impact a player could have. In a sport with less scoring, but I don't know. The Erictron, what's up, Erictron? Like Cole, like Cook. He has been cooking, and he has been letting him cook. Knicks still up by 10, 92-82. But you don't want them to hang around too much here and make this a close one coming down the stretch. Want to win this one running away. Where you want to be at. That's where you want to be at. AP said, where's OG going to be when the Raptors play? Of course not playing. Yeah, he won't be playing. Mark said hockey and basketball. I don't like the plus-minus stat for basketball. Like I said, it just doesn't take into account time, score, place, context of when the player played, whether they were involved in scoring situations or not. Right? If this were a blowout tonight, and then Deuce McBride got into the game at the end of the blowout, and his plus-minus went from a +20 to a +8, right? Like, was his impact really +20 or was it +8? Because at the end of the day, you look at the stat sheet and it says +8, and you're like, I guess he had a perfectly fine impact in a game where the Knicks won by 25. It's all hypothetical, obviously, but it happens all the time. Guy gets into the game at the end, they're up by a bunch. What is the plus-minus going to tell you? What is the plus-minus going to tell you? If we go through, I'm sure we could find some funky things about it. Just that's a Clowney has a pretty smooth jumper. Tonight, it looks pretty smooth. When Nick comes back up, when Clowney comes back up, we can see his three-point percentage on the year. I'm pretty sure it's sub 25% this year so far. 10-point game here. Oleg bringing it down. Under 10. Towns catches, pump fakes. Being guarded by Sharp. Hands it off to McBride. Curling to his left. Down the lane. Pump fakes. Stops. Turns. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Driving to his right. In the lane. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. There you go, JC. Get an easy one. Here come the Nets bringing it down the other way. Martin has it up top. Get it over to Powell. Powell being guarded by Kolek. Powell driving to his right, crossing over to his left, crossing over to his right, dancing with it on Kolek, down the lane, puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Good defense Josh Hart came over on the help and knocked out of bounds by Day'Ron Sharpe. Josh Hart has been all over the court tonight. Josh Hart's been fantastic. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, doing a little bit of everything. Very Josh Hartian type of performance from him tonight. Also, the defense has been solid. Kolek has it up top, coming to his left off a screen to get over to Clarkson. A left corner three, he's open. Continues to misfire from three. Day'Ron Sharpe with the rebound. Here comes Tyrese Martin bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Coming to his left off a Sharpe screen, and they call a moving screen on Day'Ron Sharpe. Mark said, JB getting big rest here. He should have been getting a ton of rest tonight. Same with Towns. But unfortunately, the Knicks are in a pretty close performance. Clarkson, another wide open corner three, and another miss. Towns an offensive rebound into McBride. McBride gets it out to Clarkson. Clarkson hangs in the air, double clutches a floater, got it to go anyway. He was looking for a foul call, he didn't get it. So here come the Nets. Sharpe has it up top, being guarded by Towns. Crossing over to his left, he has it up top, hands it off to Powell, curling to his right. Clarkson chasing, they get it out to Wilson. Wilson on the left wing three, he's been firing them all night, he's been misfiring, but tonight, on that one, he knocks it down. 96-95, his first points of the night, Jalen Wilson. Kolek has it up top, coming to his left, over to McBride. Extra pass to Josh Hart in the corner. Josh Hart over to Towns. Left wing three, he's open, he's got space, but he misfires. Trying to get those 3 points right back. Here comes Martin. Martin, full head of steam, leaves it off for Clowney. Clowney driving to his left, crosses over to his right, down the lane, puts it up, over Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Josh Hart. Great rebound. Josh Hart, fast-paced, extra pass. Clarkson, pump fakes, driving it down to his left, in the lane, pump fakes, spins, knocks it out of his hands, and turns it over. Clarkson has been a little bit of a disaster tonight, not going to lie. Wilson down the lane, runs right into Kolek, and an offensive foul ran right through his chest. Good defense from Tyler Kolek there. 8:10 to go. We're going to get a timeout from the Nets here. And a timeout from the Nets. Brunson will sub back in. I believe, not Huck 40. Someone else was also coming in. Bridges. I think Bridges was also coming in. Judge that said Hart needs 3 points more for the double-double. Yeah, Josh Hart with 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Very Josh Hartian night. Towns with 31, 11, and 3. Clarkson is probably going to end his night with 2 points, 3 boards, 5 assists. Clarkson is probably also going to end his night with 10 points. No rebounds, no assists. 3 fouls, couple turnovers. McBride with 9 points so far. Clowney leading the way for the Nets with 25. Crazy. Pretty crazy. 8 minutes to go. The games that have ended already, the Raptors did end up beating the Cavaliers 110-99. Ingram with 37 tonight. Then the Cavs just not play anybody? Clarkson 0 for 4 from 3 on 4 wide open corner threes, by the way, right? Did the Cavs not play anybody? Mitchell played, Mobley played. No Garland, no Allen. Cavs continued to be mired with injury. Knicks continued to be mired with injury. Part of the reason why I'm really not concerned about either one of these teams getting off to pretty slow starts, unfortunately. Ronnie Saunders said Mark Jackson is the answer, and yet he still couldn't answer me the question from earlier. Go ahead, Ronnie. Answer the question. I know you're really struggling to find the answer, my man. Because you don't want to admit what the answer actually is. Yeah, I said Kolek, last 2 defensive plays were nice. He's solid. He's solid, right? Stands his grounds. Is usually in the right place at the right time. He's just small. He's just small. On a team with a lot of small. With a lot of small guards, he's just also small. Vertify said, was shocked when Brooklyn drafted so many guards and no wings. I mean, Igor Dedmon can kind of be a wing. He's a big guard. Powell's kind of a shooting guard. So, okay, I guess he's a guard. They drafted Danny Wolf. He's a big. You know, Seraph is a little bit of a wing guard. Yeah, said Clarkson missed 3 open assists from Kolek, who's been dishing. Yeah, man. The possible assist that the Knicks could have had is, 96-85. Knicks up by 11. Bridges bringing it down against Powell. 8 minutes to go. Also, you guys got to see it. Brunson, bounce past the Towns, coming down the middle of the lane. Layup with the right hand, got it to go, and a blocking foul as Towns hit the floor hard. Now Towns in agonizing pain. Towns still on the floor. Towns still on the floor. Agonizing pain for Towns. He's going to stand up. Got a limp to him. So there was a thought that maybe he landed on his hand, on his wrist area. He probably did. But he got up with a limp, and now he walks back to the bench with a little bit of a limp. Show the replay here. He just hit the floor hard. Hit the floor hard. Fell on his right hip. Oh, yeah, Towns on the bench, rubbing that right hip area. He seems to be overall okay. Probably going to be a deep bone bruise, a deep contusion there. But I saw on the bench, he had a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a laugh. Towns laughing it off a little bit. Mike Brown checking on him. Towns gives him the thumbs up. So he's fine. That's just going to be a deep, but that is going to be bruised up tomorrow. I'll tell you that. He's going to be walking around with a limp tomorrow. Bruised hip. Nothing major. Doesn't seem like anything major. Got a limp to him. I've hit the floor hard like that before. But I'm also not 7 feet, 260. Mike Brown talking to Mike Breen over there. Okay, Hayes, the Towns definitely hurting. That's not an easy thing. It's not like a serious injury that'll keep him out or anything. But he is going to affect the way he moves, for sure. So Towns is back out to get his and one free throw here. He'll stretch it out a little bit. Medical staff will just have to pay a little bit closer attention to the way he moves. That's it. Got 33 points, 11 rebounds tonight. Just under 8 minutes to go here. Towns is going to take his free throw. Knicks up by 13. Towns knocks it down, putting them up by 14. And the Nets will bring it down. He was being dramatic. He's so soft. I'll lift you up and drop you 8 feet from the ground on your hip, brother, and see how fast you get up, my man. Claxton throws up a hook shot. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart, full head of steam, bringing it down over to Bridges, right corner, tagging along the baseline. Kicks it out to Towns. Towns a 3. Knock me down, Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns with 37 tonight. It was the Karl-Anthony Towns game so far. 37 points for him. Can we get a 40 ball? Need one more 3. Drake Powell driving it down. Scoop lay with the left hand. Got it to go. Drake Powell's been impressive, man. Of all of the young Nets guys, I've been more impressed with Drake Powell than anybody. Josh Hart quickly pushing it the other way. Mikal Bridges hustles down and gets the tip put back. And now the Knicks with a 17-point lead here. Game should be now out of reach, at least close to that point. We got 7 minutes to go. Claxton has it up top, hands it off to MPJ, curling to his right. Pump fakes in the corner to Jalen Wilson. Wilson trapped in the corner. Brunson comes up with the steal. Josh Hart hit head to Brunson. Brunson Euro steps down the lane, puts up the floater, got it to go. And now a 19-point lead for the Knicks and a timeout for the Brooklyn Nets. Mark, bone bruise cities. And bone bruises, man, they can hamper you. They can for sure hamper you. Mark.tv said the time is frozen. I think we're pretty close to tied up here. 6:37 to go in the game. 6:33 on my clock. About 6:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks have blown this open to 19. You like to see it. You like to see it. I wish we would have gotten this majority of the night, but we had to wait until the second half. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Still not entirely restoring the vibes. But 37-12 so far for Towns. Hopefully it's going to start to get him going. Just as Dad said, Hornets should have a baby blue court scheme. The NBA just isn't as fun with its team. How do I describe this? With their team identities and how they portray them, whether it's through jersey designs, logo designs, court designs, just not the way it used to be, man. It's just really not. Really not. Teams don't have the identities they used to have. I mean, some teams do because their identities are so strong, like the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers. But even the Lakers, not as identifiable as they used to be. They swing it over to Clowney. Beautiful ball movement from the Nets, and Clowney knocks down yet another three. I mean, this man just decided, I'm gonna knock down all my threes today. Gonna knock down all my threes today. A little over 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Knicks up by 16 points. Bridges gets it over to Huck Porty, who has subbed in for Towns. Hopefully that is the last we see of Towns here tonight. Brunson has it up top, coming to his right at the Huck Porty screen. Pulls it back out. One-on-one against the rookie Demon. Crosses over. Pull up three out of the mid-range. Knocks it down. Nothing but net. JB so smooth. Knicks up by 18. Brunson with 24. A calm 24, 3 and 3. JB didn't have to do a whole lot. Just did enough. Martin down the lane. Pump fake. Steps through. Kicks it over to Clowney. Clowney takes it out to Demon. A pull-up three for Igor Demon. Hit the backboard, my goodness. And a foul on Jordan Clarkson, it looks like they called. 5:30 to go. Clowney, 28 points, the leading scorer for the Nets tonight. Michael Porter Jr., pretty invisible. Pretty invisible. Sean Collins, what's up, Sean? Where's the chef's hat? I put the chef's hat on the shelf for tonight because I felt like the Knicks just needed my full attention. They needed the positive vibes. Bridges forces a turnover, gets it out to Brunson. Brunson pulls it back out. He's being guarded by Drake Powell. Brunson one-on-one against Day'Ron Sharpe, A pull-up three for JB. Can't get it to go. Martin with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. 5:13 to go. Martin up top, coming to his right, off a screen, driving it down in the lane, kicks it in the corner. Clowney, another three, gets blocked by Josh Hart. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Nets. Josh Hart has been everywhere. He has been everywhere. Just as Dad said, Hart triple-double sometime soon against the bad team. I mean, even against good teams, we've seen Josh Hart get triple-doubles. You just need him to be locked in, and you need your team to knock down shots. A multitude of players would have far more assists tonight if we could just knock down our open shots. Bridges blocks Drake Powell's three, and then Josh Hart saves it. Bridges over to Clarkson, a pull-up three, can't get it to go. Huck Porty, the offensive rebound, pump fake, draws the foul. And he's going to go to the foul line of 2 free throws. Bridges and Josh Hart having a laugh together. Love to see that. Love to see the vibes returning. This is what I wanted. I wanted the vibes. Bridges a block. Josh Hart the save in the Bridges. The Nova connection is real. Now then they have a laugh about it. That's what we needed more of tonight. That's what I wanted to see more of. The score, it was the Knicks were going to end up winning this game. You wanted it to be more in a blowout fashion because you didn't want you guys playing as hard as Huck Porty misses a free throw. But that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the fun. I wanted to see the vibes. I wanted to see the confidence. I didn't want to see the whining to the officials and it's a close game and guys going off like Clowney hitting a bunch of threes, stuff like that. I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see the vibes. I wanted to see them high-fiving. I wanted to see them laughing as Huck Porty misses 2 free throws. Come on, Big Huck. Come on. Don't go down this route of being a bad free throw shooter as a big. Come on, man. We already got one of those. We don't need another one. Demon gets it over to Clowney. Clowney gets it over to Sharpe. Sharpe tries to get it to Clowney, but a foul on Clarkson. Clarkson has been an unmitigated disaster tonight. Okay, Hazy said, come on, Huck. I know you're better than that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. We know you're better than that, Huck. Can't be missing free throws like that. Can't be missing free throws like that. Day'Ron Sharp driving it down. Takes it out to Wilson. Wilson in the lane. Pump fakes, puts up the floater, airballs it. Sharp right there. Gets the putback on the reverse tip-in. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Brunson will bring it down against some full court pressure of Jalen Wilson. Brunson stops, turns, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges over to Clarkson. Clarkson pump fakes, sidestep, another three. And Jordan Clarkson continues to be absolutely horrendous from the perimeter. He's now 0 for 6 from three-point range. Martin bringing it down, shovels over to Wilson. Wilson shovels it over to Clowney. Clowney a right corner three, and he rattles it in. Noah Clowney, his 7th made three for a guy shooting 22% from three-point range tonight, this season. Knocked down 7 threes tonight against the Knicks. It's been the Knicks' luck so far this year, it feels like. Cross-court pass to Clarkson. He's going to take the baseline, goes up, gets the easy layup. 110-95, 3:30 to go. We're just winding down to get to the end of the game here. Martin dancing with it, coming to his right, off a sharp screen, has it at the foul line, snaking it back to his left hand, scoop layup, off glass, way off, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. We're going to push it down the other way to 5-on-4 as Martin hit the floor, over to Clarkson. Clarkson hesitates, driving it down. Bullet pass over to Brunson, left corner three for JB. Line me up, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson up to 27 points. Love to see it. Love to see it. Towns already has the 37. Brunson now up to 27. Demon over to Clowney. Clowney a right wing three. He's clearly feeling it. Throws up an air ball there, and Martin can't grab it before it goes out of bounds. Under 3 minutes to go here, y'all. On our way. On our way. Hey, Hazy said JB rewarding Clarkson. That's how it's done, Jordan Clarkson. That's how it's done tonight. AB said, I'll take a win any way we can get it. I mean, tonight we were always going to pull out the victory, right? It was inevitable. Nets suck. Knicks aren't that bad, even though they've been playing bad. They were always going to win this game. It was just a matter of what is the fashion in which this game is going to go. Is it going to be a frustrating win, or is it going to be a feel-good win? They call a travel. Is that a travel or an offensive foul? I think that was a travel on Jordan Clarkson. Ball is going to go back to the other way to the Nets. 2:30 to go here. ETN has subbed in. EJ Liddell has subbed in. Just that said, Wednesday should be a win too. Bridges fouls to get the rookies in the game. As the game is over, Tosan Mwoma is in the game. I am now a Tosan Mwoma stan. I am now a Tosan Mwoma stan. Trey Jemison is also in the game. Trey Jemison, Mwoma, Dadier, Diawara, and Kolek. D. Grant said Toronto's improved. They could be a problem. They can be. They can be. We got a technical? Oh, probably a second delay a game. Oh, no, I think it was a transition take foul, technically. But Demon misses the free throw, so it doesn't matter. Tosan Mwoma is in the game, along with Dadier, Diawara, Trey Jemison, and Tyler Kolek. Demon gets it over to ETN, crosses over to his right in the lane, goes up, off glass, can't get it to go. Good defense from Kolek. Knocked out of bounds, going to go back to the Knicks. 2:20 to go. I would like to see Mwoma get a chance just because he's got the size. I thought he had a pretty good preseason. He's got the size the Knicks are looking for. ETN up top to Devin, back to Wilson. Wilson coming to his right, attacking Mwoma, stops, turns, pivot, spins, kicks it out in the corner to ETN, a three. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for Day'Ron Sharp, and he gets to put back. 113-97, y'all. On our way, under 2 minutes to go. We are past the 2-minute warning. Diawara off the handoff is going to put his head down and drive, kicks it out to Dadier. Dadier relocation 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Demon a rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Coming to his left, driving it down, kicks it out. Wilson a 3. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. Liddell grabs it. They throw it into Sharp. Spins the baseline, spins back, being guarded by Jemison. Backing him down, spins again, throws up the hook shot, can't get it to go, but a foul on Trey Jemison. Going to send Day'Ron Sharp to the foul line for 2 free throws. Gigi said Bronny for dues. Come on, Gigi. MBM said, great bounce back win for the Knicks. Food tastes better when the Knicks win. True. They gave us some fourth quarter fun. Gave us a little bit of fourth quarter fun. Gigi said, would you do the Bridges trade seeing what we've seen now? I wouldn't have done it back then. No. I wouldn't have done it in the moment. I wouldn't have done it now. The reason they did it is because they knew they were going to end up trading DiVincenzo, unfortunately, which I get, but Diawara kicks it out to Kolek. Kolek a right wing 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Sharp split the free throws. It's 113-98 with a minute to go. Wilson pump fakes, driving to his right against Nwoma. Kicks it back out up top to Demon. Pump fakes, step back 3 for Igor Demon. Can't get it to go. And Nwoma with the rebound. Get ahead to Diawara. They trust Diawara to bring the ball down. I like that. I like seeing that. Diawara coming to his left. Cross court to Nwoma. Nwoma over to Kolek. Kolek driving the lane. Off glass, off balance. Can't get it to go. And here we go. 40 seconds to go. Winding it down. Demon down the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. The Knicks will obviously pull out the victory. They will improve to 10-6. They have to go 10-4 over their next 14 games to get to my preferred Christmas Day record, which is 18-10 on the season. By after the Christmas Day game. After the Christmas Day game. And Nwoma driving it down, stop, little fall away jumper in the paint at the buzzer, can't get it to go. That's with the rebound, 5 seconds to go, and this one will come to an end. A pull-up 3 for Wilson, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Dadier with the rebound, and that will end it. Knicks won, no spoilers. 10-4 is possible. They can go 10-4. Matter of fact, we can look at the schedule real quick. Knicks pull off the victory, 37 for Towns, 27 for Brunson. Solid game from those guys. This is a little bit more tense than it needed to be throughout the night, but they pulled it out. Not much to go over the box score-wise against this Brooklyn Nets team, but I do want to look at the schedule. 10-4 is what they need to go to get to my preseason prediction of 18-10 after the Christmas Day game. So on Christmas Day, they're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that is including that Christmas Day game. After their 12 o'clock game against the Cavs, the Knicks should be sitting at 18-10, which means they have to go 10-4 the remainder of the way. That means they have to beat Charlotte. They're playing Charlotte. Let's zoom it in a little bit. Charlotte, Milwaukee, Toronto, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Utah. Orlando's another tough one. Got Orlando again. Indiana, Philly, Miami's tough. Minnesota's tough. And then Cleveland is tough. They should be able to go 10-4 here. Milwaukee may be without Giannis, who's out with the injury. We'll see. That is an NBA Cup game. I would assume Giannis plays, but you never know. Charlotte is winnable. The Milwaukee game is winnable. If Giannis is playing, it may not be winnable. I mean, they struggled to guard Giannis even with Anunoby available. But Toronto is tough. Let's just say hypothetically they lose Milwaukee and they lose Toronto. Let's say Giannis comes back, they lose Milwaukee, they lose Toronto. Boston, they should be able to beat, even though Boston's been playing better. Charlotte, you should be able to beat. Utah, you should be able to beat. You don't go 0-3 against Orlando. Beat Orlando, right? Indiana, you should be able to beat. Philly, you should be able to beat, even though Philly's pretty solid. Miami, you are 1-2 against Miami. Don't go 1-3 against Miami. At least tie the season series at 2-2. Right? So let's say they pull that one off. You got Minnesota, that's your third loss. You are allowed a loss on Christmas Day against Cleveland. That could be your fourth loss, but don't lose to Cleveland on Christmas Day. So then you are allowed a Miami loss. You're allowed an Orlando loss there. you can get to 10-4 before Christmas Day, right? Get to 18-10. That's my goal. If they don't get there, I'll be upset. If they don't get there, I'll be upset. 4 losses would be great. They're going to have to start playing better. But with that being said, that's going to bring us to the end of the night. I definitely appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Amy said, don't ruin Christmas. Absolutely, Amy. It would absolutely ruin Christmas for me. I'm sure it would ruin Christmas for a lot of you guys. S2 Mar, what's up, S2 Mar? Which we go 7 wins, 7 losses. That would be rough. But I appreciate you guys. The final score is 113-110. Appreciate all of the members on the channel here. Thank you guys. Very much appreciate it. K Hazy, Chi, Justice's Dad, MBM, Susan, AP, Pam Yang. What's up, Pam? Appreciate you guys. We will be back tomorrow. So I already have it set up. Tomorrow I chose the game already. We will be watching Orlando take on Philadelphia. That is the best game on tomorrow. We have not yet seen Philadelphia play since the preseason. They have been playing better. So we will be live tomorrow. It is a 8 o'clock start time is the NBA Peacock game. So we will be live at 7:30 as usual. We'll go through the pregame. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Philly Magic tomorrow, 7:30 start time, 8 o'clock tip-off. So I'll see you guys then for the pregame, and then, of course, for the commentary of the game that night. It is an NBA Cup game, so it should be an intense battle between the two teams. Both of these teams have been playing well as of late. So thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. I'll catch you on the next one as usual. Remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and get a good night's sleep. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.